Hello, good evening, and welcome in, friends. Hello. 'Twas a long day yesterday, but we are here. How's everyone doing? How's the rest of everyone's weekend? We ready for some more Faz? That was the first stream you caught from the beginning. Oh my god. How'd it go? It was great, man. It was awesome. It kind of flew by. I say it kind of flew by because I mean I was playing with friends for a lot of it. Time just flew, man. So it was a good thing. All right. Ugh. Clean off the glasses. I can't see squat. But if you guys were not here, I hope you guys had a great Sunday. Welcome, welcome. We are back. We are here. All right, let's do the things. And hello, friend. Hello. All right, do the thing with the stuff, with the things, do the stuff with the things. There we go. I managed to collect all of the names for the stuff and the things. So that's almost basically done. I have messaged all the people that I needed to message about their hollow stickers. I need to message them about their walk-ons. Besides that, though, yeah, the shirt is basically done. I did that, worked on that earlier today in the middle of lunch. You know, stuff and things. We just keep on moving, man. Just keep her going. Didn't know there was another. Oh, yeah. Well, this is, I mean, it's the static version of what was the animated badge. Today is the last chance to get said drop, and we don't know when the next drops are going to happen. Yeah. I already did the weekly. I did it yesterday. I just haven't posted it yet. Yeah. How many got the redeem? I think 9. I think. I could be wrong. I have to go back and look. Hi, Hyper. Busy. Hope you have fun. Thank you, friend. Yeah, I did the weekly yesterday because by the time that the weekly had happened, I was already streaming. So I was like, well, might as well. So Chinggis and I went to Point Hope and had a blast. So what I'm probably going to do, the next video that I put out is probably going to be the Blood Moon Diner video. And then the one after that will be the weekly. I definitely need to make sure that the Blood Moon Diner video gets in there. If you guys weren't here, I finally got it. Yeah, I finally got a Blood Moon Diner. The second that we decided to do a no evidence run, I went to the diner, Blood Moon. Yeah, it finally happened. I still have yet to get one naturally at Grafton. That hasn't happened yet. How was the weekly? You know, it was a thing. It was a thing. It was something. Yeah, it was a ting. Hi, Tika. How are you? And also, oh yeah, people were asking me if I could do the Easter egg during the Blood Moon. I was like, you know what we'll do after I do this no evidence because I don't want to screw it up. We'll go back into diner and I'll force it to happen again. The next diner run I did was another Blood Moon. I literally had 2 Blood Moon diners back to back after not getting it for over 50 runs, way over 50 actually. Eco, thank you for the 23 months. Fan, thank you so much for the Prime, dude. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. But yeah, things are good, man. We're doing good. Trying to work off a cold. Hope you feel better. Yeah, it's getting there. The transition of the seasons. Yeah. Hey, Blue, what's up? But we're doing Faz, man. Oh, hello there. Good. Well, good day, sir. It's like I just talked to you earlier. But hello, Mr. Barron. How are you, sir? How goes it? Are you ready? Percy, excuse you. Thank you for the subs, friend. Doing well, thank you. Are you ready for the things? If you're watching me right now, we might fight. I just want to put that out there. I'm ready when you are. Did you want to merge stuff or no? I still question that or not. The whole the mergey thingies. I still question that. It's a Baron Knight, maybe. Maybe. Hey, Maul, how are you? Good to see you. Not bad, but it's up to you. I'd say nay for tonight. Maybe another time. I want to look into it more because I have a lot of questions about it. Hype for the play. Listen, it's barren. It's barren. What, you know, what could go wrong? It's not, it's good stuff. I was just watching him, you know, attack the ghost with tarot cards. How long has the ghost been behind you? There's no ghost behind me. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Sharkbait. Hoo-ha, how are you? All right. Streamception. He would never do that to me. He would never do that to me. He is a gentleman and a scholar. He would never do that to me. He would never. No, I trust him. I trust him with my life. I'll make a lobby and send a code. Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's like when you upload a video 1,000 times, I'm watching the center. Man, he's been through it. What was under his desk? You're going deeper? Too soon. Way too soon. Way too soon. All right, let's get back to here. I need to open the game. I haven't even opened the game yet. All right. I don't even know where I am anymore. This is what happens when you break Twitch. Yeah, a little bit. Why is the daily so high? The daily. Oh, I didn't fix it. Oh, that's why. Thank you. Yep, that's why. It's because I was adjusted for yesterday. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Thank you, Mayor. I'll fix it right now. I'll see. That was just a test. Just make sure you guys are paying attention. Splat, thank you for the 27 months. Lizzie. Elena, thank you for the, oh my God, Drifter. I need to adjust. I need to adjust. I need to adjust. I need to also change it to say, not next. Okay, because it was adjusted just for yesterday. Let's go over here, do this thing, followed by that thing. I need to message him and see if he wants me to do the lobby or if he wants to do the lobby. I think he was asking me. What is now the extent? So that's the thing. I don't have one. I don't know. I don't know. People kept asking me, hey, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? I'm like, I don't know. Okay. All right. It should be fixed. It should be fixed. Oh, there's that goober. There's that goober. All right. He sent me a code. All right. Let's open Phas.
Lizard.
Let's go. Oh my God. Percy, listen. Yesterday. Listen here, bucko. Sparky, welcome in. Thank you guys for the follows. Thank you. This week's weekly challenge was awful. Yeah, it wasn't the best. You know, think of the worst case scenario for Point Hope. Yeah, Chinggis and I were dealing with that. Yeah.
Looks like there are others out there in need of help.
Yeah. Kev! The actual fuck! Playing Phas by yourself? Oh, no, no. Oh, no, no. I'm not playing by myself. Oh, oh, no. Oh, no, no. Let me put on my badge. Let me put on my badge. I want to match him. I want to match. Where is it? Where is it? There it is.
Oh, hey, how are you?
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Hey.
Hey. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
So how's it going over there? I did notice things
okay.
happening.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
what do you mean?
Well, I noticed, well, certain people are trying to like really get information from you. Like Mrs. P is going hammer sandwich on commands.
Yeah, folks are going, they're going ham on commands.
Okay. I thought I saw that.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Thank you, dude. Elena. Yeah, I don't know why. It's weird. Oh, that's crazy.
It's weird.
How the ghosts been? They've been okay?
No, they've been absolutely terrible. The last match that we had, I thought that it was it was either like a Shade or an Onryo, and it come to find out it was just an Obake the entire time that I never saw shapeshift and like sat around for like it did 2 hunts in 21 minutes.
Wow. I had a
all right, cool.
I had a Ure Blood Moon Diner. It used its ability once in an hour.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I've had gens.
Kev.
We spent, I don't know, it was like the better part of an hour.
I noticed Splat
in Sunny Meadows.
Yeah.
Doing like a no evidence run, and the gen never turned on the power. It's just like, all right, cool. I guess you never wanted your ability.
It's fine. We're just gonna break everything. All right. What is this? What is this custom? What is these?
It's nightmare mode, but the evidence is removed, so it's 7.5x.
Roger that. I'm down for whatever, sir.
So,
what's the game plan? Play with this goober.
All right. Well, let's I guess
I meant
we'll
in
do,
game. In game.
Oh. Well, okay. Wish you had specified that before.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Yeah, I'm random, or do you want to pick a map?
You know, I'm feeling good about random. This feels right.
Yeah. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right?
You know, I feel like I felt it in every bone that it was going to be a large map.
Yep.
Looks like this is going to be a tough one.
But I'd rather have this than like high school.
Looks like they left in a hurry.
Wait, sir, high school is one of the best maps.
Okay.
There's so much room for activity.
Oh, yes. Okay, there is. But who actually wants to do the activities there?
All right. There's so much to learn.
At least it's not high school. That's right. All right. I need to.
So I heard your.
What? You said I heard your, and then that was it.
Oh, I heard you were going undercover in some public lobbies. How's that been going for you?
Oh, that was good. You know what? Overall, it was actually a really good experience. I think I might have had one lobby of bags of the D, but beyond that, though, it was good. Yeah. I enjoyed.
I just like it because of the because you never know what kind of interaction you're gonna get.
Yeah, exactly. There was one time I had like one of the funniest VR players I've ever run into. It was so good.
Nice.
Yes. The paw.
The paw. You could ask this where the
hold on. I got this. I got this.
Okay. All right.
Where's the bone? Fuck. Oh. I reacted to that.
Hold on.
It doesn't like cursing. It doesn't like cursing. Careful. Wait, that's a cursed object. Wait, that doesn't make sense.
I wish for a big booty Judy. Well, there's only one person here.
Well. Well, Lottie Uncle Tom die. I guess it's just me and you. Wishes do come true. Did it give you the middle finger? No, that'd be really funny though.
Here.
Okay.
All right. I wish to trap the ghost.
I'll stay here. That door still opens.
Yeah. No, the game doesn't recognize it too well when you come out here.
Love it.
There's a spot in prison that works particularly the best for it, to where you won't lock yourself.
Oh, the office in the front.
Yeah, off
The
to
door
right.
locks. The door locks like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like,
All right, sounds good. Wait, was it snowing outside? I don't think so. Hey, is it? It's not snowing out there, is it? Oh, it is? Oh, never mind. Oh, yeah, I see our breath everywhere. Okay. It is snowing. Thank you. If I get killed, I'm blaming Baron.
Is it hunting?
Well, no, because we can hit the switch. Now it is. What the hell? Why'd you just play 1,000 miles? What the hell? Is the bone still glitching? Yeah, I think so. Ellie, thank you for the raid. Hello. Oh, it's down there. Here she comes. She's got wheels. She's got wheels. Why do I have no spread? Oh no. Go over here so I can do something real fast. Do this. Do this. I didn't do it. I was trying to do a thing earlier and I messed it up. There. Baron, look out. Well, there's only one thing left to do. Where's his corpse? Ah, there it is. All right, I'm going to take this finger, put it right up here. And there we go. And I wish for life. Yep, you caused this. I want you to know you caused this. This is your fault. You did this. It's his fault. It's muffled. It sounds like he's... It sounds like he's underwater. Hold on, I'm gonna go outside. I don't know how he died. What happened? The guys to the follows. Unhinged. Thank you for the 2-month prime, dude. Dancing. Welcome in. Flash, look out. Listen, I took one for the team. I didn't wish for wife. Although that's... although that is actually kind of funny. I wish for wife. Baron shows up. I'm still dead, right? Do I have a Stream King on my channel? What do you mean? He doesn't know I'm here. He doesn't know I'm here. I'm with him in spirit because this was... It's Banshee. Oh, thank God.
Jobs ready for you.
Oh, you know what? That's the best possible outcome for what we just had.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. To die into a shade and be like, all right, we leave
The
it.
things you're asking...
I did you a memorial service. Hopefully you heard it though.
I did. It muffled like you. I know a way to bring you back, and you just left. I was like, oh, wait, hold on. He played the song, but I'm still dead. I'm still a corpse. I don't understand.
All right, I say we run it back.
Okay. All right.
All right. Here's
This
what
time
do,
we
right?
live.
We got right. But look, this time around, right? We try to go in. I mean, how many hours do you have in Phas?
Hold on. That's plastic. That's placid duck sim. 3,700.
That's some rookie numbers right there.
Okay. How many do you have?
I have 3,876.
All right. Well, I'll wait here. I will stay at my level.
No, so here's what I'm thinking, right? I
All
mean,
right.
between the two of us, we have 7,000 plus hours in the game.
Yes.
Right? There's no reason for why that, regardless of what it is, we can't speed run the next round.
Right. I would have to agree with you
So
on
I
that
think let's speed run Nels since it's new.
one. Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. Speed run.
Nice
The
little
no
speed.
evidence.
Yeah. we'll
Okay.
do no
We got
evidence-
this.
No evidence speed run. Yeah, we got it.
Let's go. Hi, Mr. Rafa. Now, I was a little bit confused by the question earlier. Are you asking if I have the things that you literally see inside of the channel redeems? Are you asking if I have the things that you can see?
That light always makes me think
That you have blood moon? I know. Right. Do you have VIP and Stream King?
we got tarot cards.
Oh.
You go left, I go right.
All right, roger that. Well, if it's the ghosties I always get, they're going to be back here.
Yeah, right? Back hall.
I get this damn hallway all the time. I'm verifying it's not here. Hey, Tide, I'm good. Nothing. 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 Do I know if the devs are going to fix the visuals? I can only imagine. Hope it goes flush. I'll go back and do it here in a little bit. How long does the VIP last? For 30 days. Is that a cat singing Jimmy Eat World? Oh, that was Gary. Ah, close enough. Where is it?
In the back men's bathroom, I got.
Oh, what the
sound
hell?
recording. I don't know if it's here or not.
I went in there and it
I
didn't
got
move.
Cold breath. I got cold breath.
Darth, thank you so much for the 10 months. Trick, thank you for the
Can you
biddies.
show yourself real quick. Oh,
It's me. I'm the ghost.
It sounded so realistic.
I got.
Oh my
vulnerable.
goodness gracious. They missed the trash can. All right, let's go get this. I'm gonna floor it over here. I'm gonna get video camera? I don't know if he brought a video camera in. Hey Casper, how are you? He did. He brought all the media in. Okay. I'm gonna bring this. Gonna bring this. Gonna bring this. Okay, let's ride. Let's ride. Trash can's happy to see you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Live, I'll think of it at 3 months, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, friends. I'm running, I'm running, I'm running, I'm running, I'm running. It is
running.
running. All right.
I think that was the greatest remake in history. You remember what that song originally was?
Not off the top of my head.
It was definitely not Let's Get It Started, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, that's right. Now I remember.
yeah.
That's right. He doesn't have this recording, does he? Can we delete that whisper, please? God damn it. Yeah, it was not that at all.
I hit the wrong button, but I fixed it now.
Thank you.
What was that? Are you okay?
It said, hey. I haven't heard that event in a long time. Also, I'm fairly certain we know what it is. It evented on me in the hallway.
Oh, did it?
Q! Oh, it's trying to clean up the mess. I see it. I see it. Would you blow out the firelight, you butthole?
No, I didn't blow out the
No,
fire.
I'm asking the ghost to blow it out.
Oh. You gotta ask nicely. You gotta tell him what you wanted to do.
Oh.
Exactly.
All right. Charles Corrigan, will you please blow out the firelight so I may record audio of it right now? Maybe he doesn't like nice.
You
Maybe he
don't have
likes
to
it.
go that
Oh.
See?
Just a little slow to the punch.
You're nice
Okay.
about it.
Okay.
Yeah, see?
Ghost, will you please event on Baron so I may get another sound?
Oh. Hold on, I got it.
Okay.
I got an idea. Never mind.
He is equal. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're fine. Can I get to the meat?
got it.
Excuse me. Do you have media on you? Excuse me, sir. Wait, where's the
Hey, get a picture with
Where-
me. Get it with me.
cheese? Oh.
Cheese. Oh.
Cheese. All right. Well, he's getting real feisty now.
All right.
Wait. Hey,
Wheel of
what are you doing?
Wheel of Fortune
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Devil card.
Oh God. Oh,
Look at
ghost
it.
fired inbound.
Ah. My mouth was open.
Oh God.
Oh,
What did it?
the photo. You didn't delete the paranormal whisper.
The what?
You didn't get the ghost event either, sir.
Listen, I was the one that hit erase on that. What do you
All right,
mean?
You pull a card and I'll record.
Fine,
All right,
here.
I got it.
Ooh, the tower card. Now what are you gonna do?
Oh.
I'm gonna do this.
Now we're shaking things up.
Wait, I can't do that when I'm holding these. Hold on. There we go.
Sir, that is just a waste.
Oh, ghost fart. I didn't cause that. Oh my God, it's another tower card.
Got it though.
Ah.
Joe?
Are you okay?
Did you move the
Are you okay?
crucifixes?
No, we couldn't stop a curse. Okay. I did mark the ghost. It doesn't matter. We died. Was there a second crucifix in there? Because it burned the one. Listen. It was an accident. It was an accident. We fall down. We didn't mean to. Listen. I don't know where the other crucifix was, okay? It ate the one.
That's what 7,000 hours of Phasmo looks like.
Okay, listen. It spawned right on top of us, okay? It wasn't fair.
I thought you had the crucifixes down. I was
No,
like,
we
all
had
right,
one
even
down.
If it does burn the crucifix. Well, the other one was just right outside the door.
Then it somehow dodged it.
I don't know if it. Yeah.
We gotta do it again. We gotta
Must
go.
have, like-
We gotta go again. That's not fair.
All right.
We gotta go again. Oh,
We got it this time. This time we got it. The first time was just it was a warm up.
that's right. It was a practice. Oh, Revy, thank you, friend. I asked it to event on Baron. Yeah. Blood. Oh. I got excited. All right, I'm gonna grab salt immediately. And. Okay, good deal.
All the media recording.
I have thermo so I can check for temps. Oh, I know what I didn't do. I didn't do a good luck honk.
Sunny Meadows. You got to do it.
All right.
No tarot cards this time.
Thank God.
No
What?
voodoo? No voodoo.
right, I'm gonna go get the power. Flash. No, I did not. Okay, okay. Well, that was equally, I think, both of our faults. The juice is loose. Mel! Oh, hi!
Set up for the summoning circle if you want to meet me over there in just a second.
Right. Mel! How was the rest of your stream? How are your and Glaze ghosties today? Hello, friend. Okay, it's definitely not here, though. Here, we can do this, though. We can do one of these. One of those. Has he already taken a photo of the... he has. Okay. I'm ready. I hate that the switches are all the way at the end of here. Welcome in, friends. I hope the stream was fun.
Would you mind meeting me over at the summoning circle, please, sir?
I just so happen to be licking it right now.
Ooh, okay.
Very frustrated with the audio on the oh, you mean the sound of the ghosty footsteps? Because that's annoying. That's extremely annoying. All right, so this is gonna be multifaceted here. How do we want to do? Okay, all right. Listen,
So
we're gonna get the wrong stuff.
No. So you get the camera. I'll get the sound recorder. So I'll get the sound recorder of the event. I'll get a photo of the event, and then I should get a sound recorder of the crucifix.
Well, I should be able to get a video of the event / a video of the crucifix
/ maybe the motion sensor / maybe the salt.
Okay. Do you have the photo camera and the sound?
Yeah.
Okay. I do not have a lighter.
That's all right. I got it.
Okay. I'm just ready to record. Hold on. Wait.
All
oh,
right.
well, yeah. Okay. Okay.
All right.
I'm just looking away from the motion sensor. Got it. Did it count the motion sensor? I don't think it did. Hold on. They don't tell up. Wait. They don't. Shadow Ghost. Motion sensor. Okay, I'm missing one video.
Nice. Nice. I got the last photo.
Okay. I'm scared.
I got a video here. Front.
I got the video. 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 Run, run, Baron, run. When I could hear them over the sound sensors, they were super inconsistent. Oh, I got you. I got it. I got the video. It was worth it. We were playing risky. Oh, run! Run! You better run! She's got wheels, dude. You better run! Dude, she's so fast. I did get the video. Hey. Oh, look, we're right next to each other. Ooh. Oh, you fall down. Hi, Defeaty.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
We're playing a little risky.
Right.
We're playing a little risky.
We are playing risky.
We got, man, that happened fast though, I'll tell you.
Like from the time
Listen,
we got the burned crucifix to it hunting, I was like, man, that was really fast. I feel like that was like a demon or something like that.
Yeah, and I couldn't
then,
see
for
shapeshift
whatever
as a
reason,
dead guy.
It got a lot. I wasn't even looking. I was just like trying. I was like, man, it's picking up line of sight speed. I was like, please
it was
keep
getting
moving.
really, really fast.
Yeah.
I see leftovers. Scream him a
All right, we
name.
got it.
Sorry.
There's
No,
no-
you're okay, Mel. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the raid. Go enjoy your leftovers. All right, are we doing All right, we got it. We got this.
Yeah, we got it.
Let's go.
It. Speed run. Speed run.
Speed run. Poison Ivy, thank you for the gifted. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go in there with the intention of finding Ghosty, and we're not going to do bad things yet, right?
Yeah.
I've got a report that suggests a possible ghost sighting.
Listen, I'm just as shocked as you are when we...
I'm going in the back door. Chingus wants me to, I'm sure.
Nice. Tarot cards.
Damn it.
Yeah, we keep getting the fun cursed object.
think the ghost might have just touched the manager's door. And, like, as I touched the door. Maybe? I that could be a lie.
Sure?
Yeah, that was really weird. Maybe not. Oh,
I heard
oh,
throw an object. Sounded like in the kitchen.
oh, oh, oh. Let me check temps.
Hello?
Oh, did it do it through the wall? You little, are you in the freezer, you turd butt? It's not even that cold.
Watch your profanity.
Watch your profanity. I did hear something. Where did we hear that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have an EMF reader. Normally I use
Wait.
that to pinpoint.
It seems extra loud.
I mean, you could just pull one of the tarot cards. If it is something, we should be able to pick it up.
All right.
Should be fine. What did you pull?
It's a death card. I'll tell you though, it sounds faster.
Does it?
Possible Hantu?
You're gonna make him mad, Ray Ray.
It's not speeding up line of sight, right?
Did not. It seems slow.
Okay. Oh. Let's go do the things. Pull the cards, they said. Hey, he told me to. Let's be clear here. He told me to pull a card. Shattered, thank you for the 1 year. Mel, thank you again for the raid, friend. Thank you so stinking much. All right, I don't know where the ghost is, man. We're not gonna get any evidence. I am gonna have a smudge on me though, Ayo. And he's got media on him for photo, video. I'm gonna bring stuff to actually get those things. You know what? F this. Let's bring this instead. There we go. Let's go. Seen the vids on the tube. I appreciate it. Welcome in, dude. VR, thank you for the gifted. Thank you, dude.
It communicated with me. It said, yeah, shout out.
Was it like a dying Austin Powers? What was that?
I don't know. It said, yeah.
Oh! There we go. Hey, hold on. Here. Ready? You have the video camera? Here, I'm gonna do it again.
Okay. Do it.
Hold on. Ready? Here.
Do it.
Get it.
Do it.
Got that audio?
Let's go. All right.
One video, 2 photos. All right. What do we need? We have tarot, bone, tarot, ghost, pretzel. Pretzel? What the hell?
It is.
Is it the ghost of Annie Ann's?
Salted pretzel. It is a salted pretzel.
Oh.
Let's go.
I heard that. Was that breaker? Oh, there's a bunch of crap on the floor in here. Yeah. Oh, you've got all that already. Okay, good deal.
Hey,
Okay.
Ghosty, are you in here? If you're in here, you have to give me a sign. That's how this works.
Here.
Hello, Stubro Ghost. I'm stuck over here in a corner. Can somebody come and save me? Woo!
Oh,
You know what? It could be a southern ghost. Oh.
It felt wrong to watch.
Then I don't want to be right.
Don't mind if I do. Oh God, he hit me with the door. All right. I need to go get an EMF. Wait, we don't have an EMF in here, right?
No, I only had that. I brought in the recording equipment.
I'm on it.
I had like,
I'm gonna get an EMF and a parabolic so that way we can get those objectives done.
Nice, okay. I'll go with.
Roger that. If you're a cop, you have to tell me. Thank guys for the follows. I never did this either. I was having trouble changing. I forgot to do my good luck honk. That's probably why we've been dying. Also, we're gonna need to. Well, no, we did. This is the one of the photos we need. Lovely. I'm gonna go to the front so I can get the parabolic stuff. I was having trouble changing the lobby colors. I tried changing the colors of my friends. Oh, weird. I haven't tried. Good Lord.
Oh, take a photo.
I can't. I can't. Go faster. Go faster. Go faster. Here, you can take a photo of that though. Oh God. No, this. Ka-chow. Nice. Okay, that's all the media. We need to cleanse and do the parabolics. You nailed it. You absolutely nailed it.
All right.
Hold on. Hiya! Got it. Oh, we're going this way. We're at, that's a 100%.
What? Yeah, but what is it? I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah, we gotta figure that out, don't we?
Kind of important.
Sorry, I got all excited. We were living to a certain point.
100% secondary objective.
Yeah, mark it down. Speedrun.com. I forgot. Let me get this crucifix. Okay. God dang it. The sigh of relief making it outside. Yeah, except that we don't know what the ghost is. We don't know. We forgot to look. Oh my God. Hey Panda, it's a Shure SM7B. Oh, you crafty booger.
I got it.
Oh, wait, didn't we say we think it might be a Hantu?
Maybe.
Wasn't it slow?
Hello? Oh my gosh! All right, save yourself, Flash.
Okay. Not a problem. You're doing great.
Yeah, I think that's on too.
I think so too. Saw that later. Check.
You know, and
Listen.
people always ask, they're like,
It's-
why don't you do maps with more players? And it's like, when you get like us, it's just like
you realize it's harder with more players, right? And also when you do it like this, you fly. Juan, thank you for the 14 months. Hello.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Look at that. Look at that. Less than 10. Lovely. Lovely. Listen, a lighter check is almost required, okay? With how often I forget a lighter, it's needed.
And yeah, first match in. Let's go.
No cold breath because
being
the power was
asked
on.
If we could give advice on Camp Woodwind. Now, I myself have never played on Camp Woodwind, so I have no idea. But for FlashForce,
Camp Woodwind?
yeah, Camp Woodwind.
Oh, I mean, we could all figure it out together. I think we can make this a team effort.
Yeah.
Them,
we
us,
could do
yeah.
it.
Third time's a charm, yeah. Yeah, that run, yeah, that was third time's a charm, yeah. Are you having issues to change the colors? Oh, I haven't tried. This isn't my lobby though, so I don't know. Yeah, the cold breath stuff, you're only gonna see a Hantu breath if you have the power off.
Right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare
That's right, it's no
accordingly
evidence still.
before starting
I
the
forgot.
investigation.
All right, let's go learn the map together.
Just take a closer look. Maybe using it will help your investigation.
orange mocha frappuccino.
What's your go-to Starbucks order? Don't tell me you don't have one. We know you do.
What if I told you I don't have one?
Wow, I wouldn't believe you. And then if you were serious, I don't know that I could trust you anymore.
Well, listen. I don't have a Starbucks close to me. There's a Dunkin' right down the street.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just easier. I'm not about to drive all the way over to Starbucks.
Unbelievable thing.
Okay, all right. Okay. Do you really trust her?
Okay.
Do you really trust her?
I'm just saying. After the amount of fries that she ordered at Olive Garden at TwitchCon, it's hard not to.
What?
Yeah, you weren't there.
She
You were at your
ordered
golden party.
Okay. She ordered fries from Olive Garden?
She did. Yeah. Yeah. I don't.
I'm definitely one of those kind of people that if I go to an Italian restaurant, I'm not. No, it wasn't Olive Garden. It was Cheesecake Factory.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Olive Garden. Can I just have a side of fries? Oh, the music box. That's cute.
Yeah.
Holy ball sack on a Tuesday, Batman. Good gravy. Oh, what did I just get? Oh, how she disappeared. How'd I still get it?
What do you mean? How did you still?
She
get it?
disappeared,
You
but
didn't get it, I got it.
Oh, but it registered on my video camera. I mean, like she disappeared, and I was able to finish the video. You heard me. I'll say it twice. I'm not gonna prank him because then that just opens the door for me.
I'm being told that the best kind of coffee is only Starbucks.
I mean, you know, that's fine, but I'm not a coffee snob though. Oh, I got a door
exactly
moved.
What a coffee
Oh.
snob would say.
Okay. By the way, I got a door moved. I was looking at the photos. Never mind. I'll shut up.
Okay. All right.
Hey, there we go. Oh. Hey. Oh, you picked it up. Oh, you son of a. Oh, great. Now it's broke. Look what you did.
It's fine. See?
It's not fine.
Did you get that sound?
I did. I've recorded the video of the interaction.
All right. Well, record this.
Holy Christmas! I missed it. I missed it. I missed it. I didn't get it.
I didn't mean to drop it.
Yeah,
I meant to
yeah.
place it. But
Yeah,
luckily,
she-
I had the.
She
I had
spawned
the
right
crucifix
out,
on the
right out
floor.
of my butt. She just. Whoa. Oh, I could have. I'm losing it, dude. Listen, I have nothing against Starbucks coffee. I just don't know enough to know what to order. So I always just tell my wife if she's getting it, like occasionally, hey, just get me what you're having. All right, I have. Okay, I'm gonna go get a firelight. Wait, don't I have a firelight? It's literally in here. Wait a minute. Blow this out, jerkhole. There's a lot. Listen.
Have you tried McDonald's coffee?
Unfortunately, yes.
Far too many times.
I thought I saw the shadow. Hey. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. My mind was like, your shadow is not you. Your shadow's a grandma. That was
Like
really
Peter
mentally
Pan, my
confusing.
shadow chasing me.
All right, we need 2 photos. I'm gonna go get a smudge before I die. I couldn't hear the event. I saw him walking to me, and I saw the shadow of the grandma. I was so confused. All right, we got this guy. Repel the ghost while it's chasing. Okay, should I grab a second smudge? You know what? I'm gonna grab a second smudge. This feels right. How's the new map? The diner? Wonderful.
I've got the golden ticket.
I got the golden tick. Wait, I could place that there. Why can't I put dots there? You can't place the dot pen there, but you can place the lantern there.
You can place the top 10.
Tier 1? I don't know about.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I got the golden twinkle in my eye.
So I was thinking about this, sir. You know, and I feel like if we did it together, it would work out.
Go on.
Right. So because we're both such a high level, I think it's only fair for us to just wipe our accounts clean and then just start from absolute zero. You know.
Okay.
'Cause it's about the grind for Phasmo. You know, like once you have all the trophies and stuff like that, I mean, is it really worth it at that point?
You know, it's fair. Yo, what up, G-Ma? Oh, why? Okay. Wow, dude. She wants my golden ticket. Oh my god. Demonic, thank you for the biddies. Darth! Wonder if it's a banshee. Nope, it's speeding up. It's not a banshee. For classic coffee styles over the fancy sweet stuff. I just, you know, I don't know. It's just, for me, it's just a matter of how lazy I am. Hey, you okay? I try to hit her with a...
How long is this hunt?
I don't know. I don't know. I was trying to come out here and save you because it sounded like you were about to die. Definitely not a banshee.
Definitely not.
Okay.
No, not a banshee. It did get line of sight speed, but it didn't
did.
pick up a whole lot of line of sight speed, to be honest.
I don't know. That sounded like it had some wheels, dude. Feeling twins? Maybe we have it. Oh, okay. Maybe we have it hunt with without it seeing us and hear it.
There we go.
Roxy, how are you into baby? Oh, it's just chilling here in Yeller.
Yeah.
Ghost, you wouldn't try to spawn here and kill us, would you? Doing great. That's all I love to hear. Mr. Chinggis, oh hi. Look what I found, Chinggis. Look what I found. Chinggis, look what I found. Somebody dropped it on the floor.
It's me.
Yeah, I was talking about you. Hi, Britt.
That's why my face is all smooshed in like
It's all smooshed. Killiam!
Now, Chinggis, I did say, I was like, hey, Flash, do you want to play like some Raft or something like that? And Flash was like, no, we have to do drops. Like, okay.
I said, a man of the people, I'm doing drops for the final day. And he said, screw them. I'll find new people in Raft.
Yeah, it's a poppin' game. You know?
Song, you would love it.
It's like, there's like 13 or 14 people watching it right now.
At least.
You know?
Oh, my Lanta. So is it just not going to hunt anymore? Is that it?
No.
Not twins. I should play the. That does sound good. Fun game. Listen, it does look fun. It's just a matter of peer pressure, you know? I should play Roblox? Yeah, I'd rather rot in hell. Fair? Yeah.
Chinggis is saying that Raft is mid at best. And I reminded Chinggis that he also plays Hot Dog Sim. So.
Called him. Makes you dizzy. I'd rather not support that platform. You're picking up what I'm putting down. That did not sound like twins, by the way.
That didn't sound like what?
Twins. That definitely was not twins.
No? I feel like that one was a little bit slow. I don't know.
Better not to. It's oh, it absolutely has. Pretty far downhill. It's pretty awful, actually. Playing FNAF too soon? Wednesday. Wednesday, my dudes. Lazy, thank you for the subs.
All right, so what do you think that it is?
All right. I bet you this is a yokai.
Yeah?
I bet you. It wouldn't come in here.
All right. Hey!
See, I told you. I don't think it's getting close enough.
I don't think it is either.
Come on!
Just open up the door, just really quick.
All right.
Just a quick.
Oh,
Go,
oh God.
all right,
Oh,
close
she saw it.
close
Oh, she saw it. God. Oh, God.
Oh.
Yeah, she saw you. Yep, she saw you for sure.
What did she see? What do you
Yep,
mean?
she saw you. She went straight to the back. 100%. 100%. I think what happened was I popped it open like to the side and she just beelined right to Baron. Told you, the spirit.
Back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
I have ads about to happen,
And
by
it
the way,
was a
friends.
Spirit. Let's go. Yeah.
This is going so well for us.
See, that's now I'm going to say this, right? Like that's now obviously we could have done if we didn't burn all 4 of our smudges in one hunt, it would have been all right. But
Yeah, we would have had a better shot, I think.
that's why like it's so crazy when people are like, I'm doing, you know, like I see some folks like
Perfect,
Justly
blah, blah,
or,
blah, for like 100 and
yeah.
500 games,
yeah,
whatever it
and
is.
you're just like, like really?
There's a
Like,
reason that some of the higher level players of this game, and I'm talking about people like that, like Justly and Leona and stuff,
right.
that are like, this game will absolutely screw you over eventually. So to
Yeah.
go that long with nothing going wrong is just so unlikely.
Right. And like it's not even like it's not based off of the
Living isn't gonna
individual
happen,
skill,
right.
It's just that Phasmo is so jank sometimes.
Just every now and then you get a bug, and when it happens, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. And to pretend like, oh no, it's just I have the perfect games every time. What's the score right now? The Ghost is definitely winning tonight, for that for sure.
That's true. You know what? But there's a trend here, and that is
Go on.
whenever we play together,
Uh-huh.
like there's just always a lot of death.
Yeah, but okay, but how interesting is it
also,
though?
like,
You know,
right? Yeah, no. Like if we played it legitimately,
if we
it would just be us,
sweat,
just like,
yeah, it's because you don't have a Chingus with you. Oh, is that what it is? Listen, Mr. Chingus, I'm sure. I'm sure if you said something, that could probably change. Just all night, huh? This is what it's going to be?
just.
Is it?
I put it on random. Right? I don't know what you want from me.
Hi, Fritz. All right. Well, I am grabbing a smudge this time. That's for damn sure. A smudge, a flashlight.
All right,
and
I'll
this.
find the bone. You find the ghost room.
You know what? That's a deal. Wait a minute.
Found the bone.
Damn it.
Hey, did you hear about the washing machine Easter egg ID badge you can get from this map?
No, I didn't. What is it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like if your community doesn't know about it, I mean, I don't know that.
Okay.
I don't know that I would share it.
Yeah, probably want to keep that
Spend
under
an hour
wraps.
for the next hour.
Probably want to keep that under wraps. It's okay. Oh, by the way,
Well,
I'm
it
just
is
saying,
back that way.
it might be over near laundry.
Be over where?
It might be near laundry. I heard a throw that direction.
Yeah, I heard. I think in kitchen.
Let's see. Marco Polo, yeah. It is snowing. Yeah, we have breath everywhere.
Definitely was on that side. I don't think that he was out. I don't think he was out.
Come on, big bucks, no whammies. Sounded maybe? I don't know. With where he was standing, he might be right.
Yoshi, if you're in here, you have to.
I've got freezing breath in the staff dining room off of the kitchen.
Roger that. I have snowing outside.
All right then. All right. Bold move, Dad. I see what you did there.
Like that? Why is it not doing anything? Sammy! Thank you for the 31 months, friend. Okay, it like threw an object and now it's just done. It's done with our shenanigans, I suppose. What if it's like not over here? What if it's in the courtyard? Have I eaten today? Have I had food? If this is a D's nuts joke, it's a very big failure. Oh, the best book in the whole game.
Yeah. What is love, baby? Don't
Baby,
hurt.
don't hurt. Oh, okay. Don't hurt me. Oh, it's the next room over. Here, I'll invite it in. Want in. Water's fine. All right.
Reaction, like just shot.
Was it a photo of nothingness? It came out of there,
Yeah.
so. Sunny, yeah, full sunny. Yeah. Full sunny. All right. Juice? Oh, shit. All right. Found it. The bravery I could never. Listen, I'm shocked that we're alive. This is one of the longest amounts of time that we have lived this entire time. Blood is love. Blood is love. All right, let me go down here. Do one of these. Side of one of those. Okay. Oh, I think I know what's going on. I think I know what happened. The ghost won't get you this time? Oh, it will. Just give it time. It's going to teleport. It's going to be a wraith or something stupid. It's going to be like a wraith. I was molded it. Molded by it. There we go. All right. Now I should be able to see more things. I was missing things. Hey, Lauren, I'm good. How are you? You doing okay over there?
I'm doing good. Oh my god! I'm doing okay. I'm doing great. Doing right.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna put this back. Actually, I'm gonna keep this on me. Hey, Jester, welcome in. You think he's okay? He's fine. He's fine. He does this from time to time. We have no evidence, but we can get media. So that's what we're gonna do. Thank you for the follows, friends. Welcome in. We saw blood. Hey, Puppy Shade. Was it this blood? Doing streamer stuff. Roger that.
think it's in laundry here. Hold on. I think it's a mare.
What gave it away?
I don't know. Well, actually, I got an EMF4 here. So
Oh, you have an EMF4? Oh,
yeah.
yikes. Okay.
Oh.
I thought you had it. I was like, oh, damn.
Hold on. I got to put my laundry in.
All right. I'll watch it for you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Wouldn't it be nice if we were older? Then we wouldn't have to wait so long.
Sir, that's my delegates load.
Oh, sorry. Wouldn't it be nice if we were older?
I also got a photo of that dirty water on the other side.
That's hot. Thank you. Can you do my laundry too? That's enough. Doing the laundry, I see. Yeah, you know, from time to time. Legend, thank you for the 33 months. All right, Ghost. Is that the Ghost? Ghosty? Hello? Hey, the Ghost is touching your delicates.
Uh-oh.
Ghosty, is there anything for you to throw in this room? I assume there is. Oh, what a burger. It's feeding me all the video right now.
My God.
Listen, it's not what it looks like.
What were you doing? What were you doing in here?
It's not what it looks like. Well, I need one more video, which is going to be this firelight. It's about to blow out right here.
All right, firelight's gonna blow out in 3, 2, 1. Now. It's fine. We'll edit it.
No, that's a cutaway from being perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, Blue, what's up? How are you? Hot box the laundry room. That's right. Maybe if it thinks we don't want it, then it'll do it. Hold on. All right, just gonna go grab that laundry real quick.
We're not even gonna look at it.
Yep, just gonna grab that laundry real quick.
Oh yeah. No, I'm over here. Hey, Ghost, I just wanted to say that your cornbread is super dry. Can you get rid of that paranormal mapping again?
Oh, I thought. Well, at least I thought it was funny. Have I done the giveaway? The one that you were asking about all yesterday? Yeah, I did them all. Yeah, because you told me to do them yesterday, so I did them yesterday.
What is your favorite Easter egg thing on this map?
Oh God. My favorite. You know, the morgue is pretty cool.
The morgue is cool.
I like the morgue.
Sure.
Twig, hello. Thank you for the raid, friend.
I like the padded room is good.
The padded room is awesome. And me.
I also like that you can light the furnaces though. That's always good too. Ooh, there we go.
I wasn't. Oh, I was. Oh, okay.
It wasn't ready.
I wasn't. I wasn't ready. I'm gonna go grab a smudge just in case.
Okay.
My God. Twig, how was your stream, friend? Welcome in. Autumn, Win, welcome in. Hello. Baron and I are trying to somewhat stay alive. We're doing the best that we can. You get drops just by watching? Yeah. Yep. That's all it takes. For the allotted time, tonight is the last chance for you to get them from me, and then they'll be gone by tomorrow morning. Yeah. 'Twas good. How were your ghosties? Ours have been a bit aggressive. A bit aggressive. Tips to play Phas on your own without getting scared. You need to desensitize yourself a little bit. So you need to run in there and let the ghost kill you a few times. I'm not kidding. You need to let the ghost, don't add items, let the ghosty get you. So you know the worst that can happen. Are you cooking over there?
No, everything's fine. Everything's alright.
What the hell? Are you okay?
Hey, welcome back. Yeah, yep. Everything's fine.
I wasn't ready. Right, so, I got it. Let's go.
Wait, do
Yeah.
we know what it is?
No idea.
I don't think we know. I don't think we know.
Been so obsessed with this media, I just haven't given a crap about anything else.
Like, we got it.
Told you, it keeps going for your laundry. Ever play with viewers? Yeah, usually once a month. When? Random day. Yeah.
Oh, it's a Yuri or not?
DJ, thank you for the 3 months.
You're A.
Excuse me. You got the badges?
Not like that.
Wait. You gotta get the badges. Wait. Are you talking about the drops or are you talking about apocalypse things? It's really angry. The ghost kills you the same on the hardest difficulty as it is on the easiest. Amen. Is her hiding over here? No. Just looking for hiding. Because it's going to start doing mean things soon. Oh, the drops. Hell yeah. I don't know the next time they're going to have them. That I'm not sure of.
All right, take this, but tell no one.
Okay. Wait, what's it say? Oh, okay. I won't tell a soul.
Okay.
Hey, oh, you guys didn't see that, right?
Oh my god.
Possible miling? He's about to come barreling down that hallway. Maybe not. You're doing great, sweetheart. Oh, is that twins? Whoa. Whoa. You're doing great.
Thanks, Mom. Ah! We did it.
Old Stretch Armstrong over there was touching doors from pretty far away.
Think it was twinsies.
I think it might be.
All right, that means it was an Onryo.
How long would it take to become goated with the sauce and Phas? 12. That means it was an Onryo.
People are going to start questioning our abilities.
Just start saying the opposite of literally everything. Nope, didn't see a shapeshift. Must be a djinn.
Yeah.
Hi, Courtney. I hope it's twins. It was touching stuff from very far away. Yeah, it was.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Ay, ay, ay. The Ure scream.
All right, if we go random again, there's no way.
If it gives us Sunny. Have we had anything other than Sunny on random?
No.
Hey, there we go. Now it's something different. Thank goodness. Look at that.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set
Finally,
up
something
before
different.
investigating. Got the intel. Looks like this is going to be a tough one. We've had reports of violence.
But it looks like they left in a hurry. I'm bringing a smudge.
You know what? I need to. You got to tell the devs to add in some other kind of voice line.
Oh.
Is that like
What?
like the 3,800 hours I've had in this game? It's got the same two voice
It's just
lines.
that guy over and over and over.
Hey, Barrett, welcome in. We have another investigation for you. Hey, Barrett, come back to the truck. Hey, Barrett, you're gonna lose your soul.
Reports of light switching.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare.
It's not a spokesperson for Outback Steakhouse. He just
Come on in today for
All right, welcome into the truck. You can have yourself an Aussie Tizer.
Oh.
Ooh, don't mind if I do. I can say that. I worked at Outback one point in my life. Always interrupting, Doc. I know. What was that sound? I gotta look for the power too. You know, Maple is one that I don't play as often. I really don't. Suspected the radio guy was the ghost. That'd be really, really funny. It like lures you in. No, nothing to see here. They left candy inside of the cabin. You should go check it out.
Got the bone. It was a femur.
Hey, yo.
Or a hip. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really know my bones all that well.
You know what? Me either.
I'm not a doctor.
Speaking of boners, the ghost is over here in front of the cabin.
Ooh, let's go.
Not really sure the connection there, but you know, it is what it is. Notice the paranormal sounds are super repetitive. You know, recently I've noticed that we've been getting a lot of repeats. The things I've been noticing though are like the Ouija board breaking, that not being fun. Is Baron's 7.5 mode. So yeah. It says basically nightmare, no evidence. You say it's gonna shrow something? Oh. Just back away slowly. There we go. Needs to be more random. They just need more. To be honest with you, Twig, there just has to be more, so there's more possibilities. I didn't save Toe yet. Toe, I'm sorry, friend. I got you. Boo-boo. Wish they'd fix the board. I don't know what broke it. Like, what update broke the Ouija board where it doesn't provide numbers anymore? Listen, I got to him. He's fine. Look. There you go, bud. Set you up there with a nice little book, reading material. There you go. What else do you want? You know what? You want the good stuff. I got you. There you go, big guy. There it is. Done.
So have your kids been doing the whole 6-7 thing for you?
They did, and then we anytime they bring stuff like that up, we basically shame them and then do it ourselves a lot until they shut up. And it worked.
All right.
Yeah, not my house. Not my house.
6, 7.
Not up in here.
You cannot shame me, sir. I am a streamer.
Touche. Yeah, absolutely not. You know what we do? One of the things that I do, I make sure that we make sure that they understand how they sound. So I'm like, you hear what I'm saying and how dumb that sounds, right? You do understand that's how you sound right now. And then one of the other things we do is I say, the thing you're saying right now, what does it mean? I was like, you could be literally saying anything. You have no idea what you're saying. I said, unfortunately, I know what 6-7 means more than you do. So shush. Isn't it supposed to sound dumb? But there's no intention. There's nothing there. At least when we said stupid shit when we were younger, it had meaning. What's up? Like, it literally meant something. What the fuck does 6-7 mean? Nothing.
Set down your lantern.
What?
Okay. they don't have to be standing straight up.
Yes, they do. I like it. They're pretty.
You can just throw them.
I don't want to throw it. They look nice. Why you got to be a menace?
I'm not. Listen, I think we can both agree on the scale of what I just did versus what I can do. That is not me.
Look. You distracted me. I wasn't ready. Okay, I got it. Okay. Yeah, look. You're coming in here like this, doing one of these guys.
Yeah. It
Woof.
still works the same.
Just because it works the same okay, you can not wipe your ass and it will still work fine. But you know what though?
Listen,
you like to clean up, huh?
Toilet paper, or you can do it. You can use a bidet.
He's like, or you can do what I do.
The end result, same. Okay.
Which is nothing. Oh my god. Out of here trying to light the ground on fire like a maniac.
Okay. That would honestly
No,
be
the
cool
worst
if
part
more
is I'm
people
saying this
could
in
at
the
that point.
rain.
Yeah, right.
Oh, it took a turn.
I really wish.
Did I read chat? No.
I think one of the cool things that you could do is if they had a thing where you could get into the canoe and it would take you around like a one-time little.
That'd be
short
pretty
trip
cool.
around the lake. You
Do
know,
a nice
just
like once
you
over and it
couldn't do
shows you like
anything,
all
but
the
you-
maps and stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Just.
That wasn't nice.
Sound of that?
Oh, well, lucky us. Oh, I could have probably
We'll do
recorded
this all day.
that. Go ahead. It started from a basketball player interview. I don't even know. No, I don't even think it was technically an interview. It was an edit.
This map, I think, Maple Lodge has the most, with the exception of maybe like Nell's Diner or like Bleasdale, with one of like the very newer maps.
Like
But I
amount
think
of like
this map
items or
still
stuff.
has the most amount of like Easter eggs hidden.
Oh
Easter
yeah,
eggs.
yeah.
I think this map has. The
I mean,
most.
this was the first one where they actually started adding them. Like the old version of this. I mean, you have like
Yeah.
there was like 7 of them or something to start.
Yeah, there was a lot.
It is about someone's height. That's what it is. But somebody made a clip because there's a rap song that says 6'7", and there's a basketball player who's 6'7". So what they did was they put it inside of with the edit. So they made the edit of the basketball player, and then they had included the 6'7", and then some stupid kid on a video did 6'7" and did it with his hands at a basketball game, and then it became fucking nothing.
The ghost turned on the TV on a previous match, and then I
And then
turned
did
it
the
off,
phone?
and it didn't ring the door. No, it didn't.
Oh, it's a
I'm
random
so
chance.
disappointed.
I know.
I was like, no.
So that's the origin of that? Yes. And now when people use it right now?
I think the ghost is depressed. It just went, hey.
No. That's its audition. It's trying out.
Oh.
Like put one hand up to your ear, like you're a recording artist and you're about to record, and then do that.
Hey.
See, it's it's tried out for Wicked. It didn't make it, but you know, it did its best.
There's something going on with those ladies. Like every interview that they've been a part of is like that
A little weird.
and like
Yeah.
holding on to each
That's
other. and
whack.
stuff. It's
Why
like,
you being so
what y'all
ratchet up
do?
in hizzy? I hate it
What
so
happened?
much. Chinga said, "Yo, that's whack. Why you being so ratchet up in hizzy?" The ghost's not anywhere near here. Why is it not setting this off?
You know, I will just remind you, Flash, that you can temporarily just time people out in your chat. You know, it might help you.
Oh, that's a hunt. All right. He's chasing her down? What a maniac.
I ain't scared. Okay, never mind. I'm scared. Nobody gonna break my God. Nobody gonna hold me down.
No.
Oh no.
Got to keep on moving. We cringed the ghost away. It probably hunted after it heard what I said.
Hey, look, I had to get the hunting ghost thing.
Oh, he's doing the thing. No, not my sweet Barrett. What? Oh, hey.
Oh, hey, how are
Oh,
you?
thank God. I can see Chingus turn his cap sideways as he says it. He better do his whole damn next stream like that. And that's final.
Hey, Snat. Okay, I gotta ask.
Yeah.
right? Because I'm obviously not. I'm not trying to showcase anything that I'm not supposed to. But I feel like that. I feel like that the picnic table is like it's a known spot.
So
like it's an okay spot, right?
you know what? So I did get a little bit of clarification on that because it's like that.
Okay.
It's like the
'Cause it
piano
does that
in
in the piano.
Bleasdale.
Yeah.
Yes. So I was trying to make get an understanding of like, okay, what is okay, what is not. And from my understanding, if it is a spot that you can die in, then it's okay. You can die there. It's just that you can loop it by going back and forth. Is it something they should fix? Absolutely. But would they consider that an exploit? Absolutely not.
Okay.
Yep. So that is fine to use. The piano at Bleasdale, perfectly fine to use.
Yeah, that's why I was
Absolutely.
like, man, because these spots have been in here for forever. I
They
feel like
certainly
they're
have.
really well known, and like if,
Pickle
if they had
Pineapple
an
Bros,
issue with
that's
it
not our
at this
name.
point, they would have taken it out. But
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. So you could spend all day there. Nope, nothing can happen. If you're wearing the head cam and hide, will it give your spot away? Only if you turn it on.
I got,
Yeah, so like this.
I still got no idea.
If
what
this
it
is on, then it can kill me. I have no clue. Mustard waffles. What the hell?
No, I was not paying attention.
Hey.
I said I was not paying
Where
attention.
where
sir.
the hell is Toe?
What do you mean?
What did you do with Toe?
I didn't do. What do you
He was reading a book and enjoying his salts. What did you do?
Oh. I'm sorry. Who are we talking about again? Oh, the frog. The frog. Oh. He had used the potty.
What did you do to him?
He came outside. Sir, I've been here with you the whole time. Oh, man. You know what? He looks a lot cozier right there. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think he's fine right there, isn't he? Isn't he? What's the curse object? Chingus, I swear to God. Chingus, get the hell out of here. No, what do you, what? Just keep walking. It's fine.
I was just walking, making my way downtown,
That's
walking
right.
fast. Pace is fast as I'm homebound.
That's
you
right.
know.
Deedly-dee. Deedly-dee. Be a real shame. Be a real shame if he died. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Hey, oh!
I went to record the
All
ghost
right,
fart, but it was too late. I'm gonna prep some lights for us. All right, there we go. Should let Toe use the cursed item. All right, I got some lights on.
Oh, nice.
We were running in the dark earlier. It was scary. Fire extinguished, hunting ghost. Still haven't gotten the motion sensor. The unbanned crashed my browser. Biscuits and butter. Is the porta potty hiding? It is. Oh, you hooker. I had it. Oh, it ate the crucifix. Oh, shit. Was that a double bite?
All right, we got anything?
Uh,
Oh, we tried to hunt you again.
yeah, there's goat over here. Hey, I got that though. There you go. Mana. Can we pin the drops? You know what? Get smudged. Bought me time. I like it.
How did I miss the photo?
Oh, way to go. So this has been Boink to hell and back. Wait a minute. Oh, you've already got that photo. Never mind. Mana. Okay. Have you memorized what evidence is required for all the ghost types? No, not at all. Oh, hey, how are you?
Hey.
All right, I've already got the hunting ghost.
I messed up that photo.
It's okay.
Everything all right, Joe? Sir? Hey, wait up! I can't run that far. Sir, what's happening? Sir?
I can't do it. I don't know what the curse is. I'm just going to do a lap and not say a word and just bring it back over to the ghost.
Oh no, it's hunting. Oh no.
Good.
You don't mean that. You don't mean that. Where are you going?
You are going to burn in hell.
I don't know what you mean.
Your transgressions.
Ha ha! No!
No, I think you made it. All that over toe. Damn right. He took a picture of Toe on a bear trap.
Sir, can you?
What was that? You monster! Why?
Even I was trying it out. I found him over there by the bear trap. I thought, man,
he's okay.
You're not taking care of your toys.
I take your toys. You just throw them on the fire at home. No, look here, they're fine.
Yeah.
I'm just drying off your PS5. It's fine.
Fine.
I have no idea what this is.
I mean, I know what it is.
Do you?
Yeah. It's a mare.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
I trust you.
Yeah.
I trust. I believe. I trust. Thank you for the rose. Thank you, friend.
Yeah. I mean,
Quest,
what's
thank
the
you.
worst that it could be? Did you
Spirit.
not bring Toe?
No, Toe's in my pocket. I had Toe in my pocket.
Welcome back. There's some jobs
Okay.
for you.
The absolute worst ghost. Toe was in my pocket. We were good. We were fine. Shades. Urays. Makes me sick. How many crimes does Baron have to do to Doe? He must pay. How many hours do I have in Phas? Many. Many few couples.
0 times.
Wait. Oh, its ability?
minute match. Yeah. How many times did it like touch the door to let us know what it was? It never did its ability.
The weekly challenge is paranormal paparazzi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing but good times. Oh, which one?
This is some of the best times.
What?
Oh, we're picking maps now. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
oh, okay. All right. You know what? Okay.
No. You
Nope.
know, I'm fine with that. I'm fine. You
No.
know, like,
I see what you're
listen,
saying.
You
Okay.
can't always give us large maps. You know what I mean?
He's trying. He's pushing his luck. Oh, gee. Thank you for the raid. What up, dude? Muda, thank you for the follow. You know, I still have yet to get a natural blood moon on this map.
Really?
Haven't yet. Nope.
When a new map comes out, I'll sit there and just keep
Spam it
resetting
until
the
you
match
get it.
over and over and over again until we get one.
I wanted to wait until I got it naturally. So that happened at Diner. It has not happened here yet. One of these days, Alice. All right, my chat is freezing. Let's reset it. My chat is freezing. Why? Why are you so cold? What happened? There we go. Still living at a ghost room in the doll room. Jeez. Is it ever a male shade ghost? Yeah, why wouldn't it be? Yeah, you can't. We got a boner foot inside of the kitchen.
Hey, yeah, we got tarot cards too.
Ah, crap. Oh, no.
Did you get a photo?
No, I don't have a camera on me right now. Well, yeah, you can't see that you have a male or a female ghost model and say, all right, well, it can't be this type of ghost. It's not how it works.
Chad, if we do a tarot card roulette, we are guaranteed to get a hangman.
I think it just touched the breaker door.
Say what?
I think it just touched the breaker door.
Oh, you think?
I think so. I thought I heard that.
You are correct.
I got breath. Think so? Let me see the temps. Got blood moon on this map the other day. It's warmer in here.
3 in here. Is it? Or
Yeah.
It might be outside here, or it might be up. It might be an attic.
It's 4 degrees in the hallway. Yeah, I think it's out here. He's here. I think Baron's saying he wants to do tarot card roulette. I think that's what he's saying. Brian, welcome in. What's up, Pikachu? How are you? Banshee folklore. Well, yeah, exactly. But they're not going to let you figure out what it is based off of what the name is of the ghost. All right. You say something about freaking tarot card roulette? What'd you say?
Yeah, I said that if we did tarot card roulette, that we would end up dying.
No, we wouldn't. You'd be fine.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's fine. Ness, thank you for the 5 months. Never seen anything bad happen pulling tarot? Yeah. It's fine. Go up here, get this, record that audio real quick. Easy peasy. How soon I'd regret not having it censored. What? Not having what censored? It said can't find me. Dispatch? Oh, the game.
All right. First card, not gonna die, 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 not gonna die. Oh, Sun to Fool card.
Sundafool. All right, my turn.
Send it.
This is gonna be some crappy hermit card. That's not a hermit card.
Okay, I had that recording the whole time and we still missed it.
Got the audio though. Hey yo.
Hey.
Hey. Did I just start?
Right, here we
No,
go.
no, I've been going for a couple hours.
Oh, tower card.
Oh, fancy. All right, here
There you
comes Wheel of Fortune Red. That's death. Oh, there goes a crucifix. Okay, good times. All right.
Yep.
Didn't need that anyway.
Wheel of Fortune red.
Oh, you stole it, you thief. There's that hermit I was thinking of. All right, there we go. Hey, Jared, what's up?
Here's that
Dink,
hangman.
welcome in.
Oh, tower card.
I haven't seen a hangman in quite a long time, actually. Oh, the sun. Great.
Ooh. And the tower card.
Tower card. Oh, High Priestess full card.
We was robbed.
We was robbed. That's not nice. How to check how long you watch for? If you go to twitch.tv/drops, you'll be able to see the progress. It's the same way every time they do a drop. Yeah. How you tell if it's a gen? Get your evidence. What do you mean? All right. Give me this. Maps random? Oh, we've been doing
All right,
random.
2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Roger that. Burn, EMF, Tarot, the Boner Jam. Okay. Why do people say yokais are dumb? Because they can't hear real good. Hello, Heart. Thank you for the hard me. We just call yokais dumb. Hey, let's go. All right. Photo time. One photo. We have 0 videos. Bone, Tarot, EMF, Burn. What? What the hell? Sounds like the ghost agrees. I guess so. Ghost, go stand next to Baron so I can take a photo, you two. I have a smudge. Yeah, okay, we're good. Say cheese. It's just shy. Oh. Come on, Ghosty. Let's put Squeakers down the hole. Bye, Squeakers. Miss you. Oh, I thought he got stuck. Little ghost fart. I wouldn't mind a ghost fart right now. Oh, wait, I need this light on to retain our sanity. Probably that one, too. Shit.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how are ya?
So did I miss anything?
No. I was hoping it would show up next to you so I could get a pretty little picture of you two, but it decided it...
Surprise!
It didn't want to show up. How's the map so far? This map is great, man. I did save it. I got it away from the ghost. Yeah, we throw Squeakers down the hole. Man. Ghosty. Come on. Aaron, thank you, friend. No? Yes. What do you mean? There's no no. That's a yes.
Where are you, Ghosty? Why can't I find you?
I was really, really hoping for an event. Why can't I find you?
Just Inson's on top of me. It's so guilty.
It just starts singing. That's a hunt. That's a hunt. That's a hunt. That's a hunt. 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 That's a hunt. That's a hunt. Oh God! It's a child. It's a child. Smudged. Now it's going to be hunting that much longer. That high priestess not being a fool would have been really nice. He got the hunting ghost video, though. I think he got it when he was coming down the stairs. Did you hear death sound? You did. You did. Let me show you what you heard. Cat in the cradle and the silver spoon. Hey, what's that box smell like? Regret. All right. I don't know what it is, but I'm just gonna guess what it is to bring you back. Okay. Well, I think it might have been normal speed. I think. Maybe. Know what it is? Nope. I'm not going to sweat this out. When there's a dead player, you move on. Yeah. It's just a flesh wound. It's just a flesh wound. Callie, thank you for the biddies. No, I wouldn't say shade. I don't think so. It doesn't feel like a shade. It feels like it definitely had line of sight speed. I heard it chasing him down. 100% had line of sight speed. Watch it. What if it's another Ure? What if it's a Goryo? I should go Goryo for the memes. I'm going Goryo for the memes. Pretty sure that's a blurry photo. Pretty sure. Mimic. Oh, God. It could be. It technically could be.
Welcome back.
Unreal.
I've got
Damn.
some jobs ready for you.
Sag. Yeah, drops are on.
Onryo.
I never would have suspected. And what happened? Why you die?
So I ran back out because I was like, well, I'm gonna try to get the video recording of it hunting, and then right after I got that, my character was like, hey, I remembered I'm asthmatic, and where it was like, oh no, my is gone, and I was like, this isn't.
I left my EpiPen in the truck. It was a bad day.
It was terrible.
Hi, Jana.
It was just off.
That's okay. We'll do the wheel spin here in a
I went with Mayor.
second, friends. Yeah, you know, it's just winging it. I went Goryo just in case it was.
Right. When in doubt, Mayor and out. That and everybody wing Chung tonight. That's what I always say.
Excuse me?
What?
Hey, Ridgeview. There we go. At least he got Rio. I got half the ghost right, to be fair.
New intel. Reports
What
of
is it
light
with these ghosts tonight too? Of like us trying to do this and the like every ghost being like ghost that you can't tell based off of the way it hunts.
You know, I think DK is just pressing a button. He's just
No.
these
No.
fools.
No.
These fools. All right, I'm going in with these three things out of pure fear. Pure fear. It's not a demon kill. Heard the death sound. Yeah, he didn't do so hot. He immediately looks for the tarot cards. Did you?
Flash,
Do you love your mods?
Do I love them?
Yeah, do you love your mods?
Yeah.
Because I love my mods. They're amazing.
Yeah.
They're amazing people.
Yeah. Is there any?
We got Ouija board.
Oh, don't ask it things about numbers. So you know what's gonna happen.
Now that one, right? Tenfold conspiracy. He's like, I'm tired of hearing about these pickles up the butt. I'm just gonna remove them.
You know, that's actually a really good point I didn't think about. How many pickles? Not today. Nope, absolutely not.
Not anymore.
I will drain your
Oh.
sanity though. Oh, not an Onryo. Ooh, spicy.
I've always considered, or I'm always curious if this counts as a light source for a mare as well. Does that count the same as a light?
No, I would say no. I would say no for the mayor. Now, sound. One second,
It
please.
is a light source.
But you can't turn it on. Like, you can't just turn it on. It has to be ignited. You know what I mean?
Right, but I mean, like,
The mayor, I believe, is just connected with like electron, like this thing. The mayor is supposed to be able to turn this on, but there's a bug right now where it can't.
Where you can turn on the computer?
The mayor is supposed to be able to turn on TVs and computers because they're not supposed to be light sources. But it's funny because when you hover over top of the keyboard, there's a light bulb.
Right?
Oh, Ghosty's over there. HR chucking stuff in the garage. I'm gonna go turn the power on. Yeah, so mayors are supposed to be able to turn on computers and TVs. Yeah, they can't right now. So if the Ghosty does either, you can cross off mayor. They are very well aware of it. I'm mayor of it. Ghost was shocked learning it doesn't count as a... Oh, that was me. Ghost. Ghost. I'll come back. Let's get more stuff. Go. There we go. There we go. Ghost out of breath. No, we're the ones that are out of breath. It's us. We're the problem. It's me. Let's bring one of those, one of these, one of those, one of these, one of these. It's like you're shopping. It's like we're shopping for goods. Half what the ghost is having, yeah. And the cradle and the silver spoon. Manny, 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 Manny,
There's the door back over here.
Manny. Thought Onryo used to be able to light the house candles, or was that a bug? I don't know if it was a bug. I just know that they can't light these ones.
I did not know that you put down a sound sensor, and I was like, why am I hearing it throw an object right next to my ear?
Ah, you didn't know about that, Ghost, did ya?
I was walking up in the van. I was walking up in the van right as it was happening. I was like, what?
Early April Fools. Your wraith is no more. This salt pile is mine.
I know. Bro, I always feel like it's one of those things where if you...
Oh, that's right. You can't record that because it's stupid.
Yeah, right? Like, I couldn't even get the sound sensor on it either. Okay, so that's definitely not...
Now we know for sure.
Right? Or is it a mayor? Flash is a wizard confirmed.
No, no, I'm not. Oh, I almost recorded that. Oh, God damn. He's a hairy wizard.
I missed it.
Don't mind if I do.
But I always feel like when you, as soon as you turn away to record something else, that's when it's going to be like, salt.
Oh my God, I got the motion sense from that. Really?
Let's go.
Okay. Oh, it just blew that. Oh, nope, already got that. That's the third time I've gone to... Losing it. Losing it. It seems like it's hunting awfully early.
Can you delete out that sound?
Yeah, one sec. Oh, son of a dick on a Tuesday. Hey, can you erase that, please, as well? God, I still did it. I still did it.
Wow.
Leave that out.
We just suck.
I'm falling apart, man.
we just suck.
Okay, no, I'm facing this way.
We need Chinggis here.
We need our little Chinggis. I'm looking over this way. Nope. There we go. Got it. Okay, there we go.
Okay, would you mind deleting?
Oh my God. What do you need?
I either needed to be hunting or
oh, the fire extinguish. Oh. Here. Bring another one.
I 100% believe though that if you have the
ghost
ghost,
Ghost fart.
Oh, I'll take it.
Yeah. Ooh, we need 2 photos. Ouija, bone, EMF. I went full on. I didn't mean to. It was very unintentional. Catch in the cradle and that's it. burned, EMF. So a ghost event right now would do it, right?
Correct. But what are the odds that I were just going to be like, hey, ghost, show yourself right now. And then it would just show itself. And then we'd get a photo and then be able to be like, yay,
I
we're
didn't mean
awesome.
to, I didn't mean to hit the sensor. About as good as odds as me counting to 5 and it happening. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4.
Well,
Excuse me, I was counting.
Misunderstood the assignment.
5.
Come on, ghost, give me a sign.
I got it. It's gonna hunt you. I'm gonna stand over here.
Man, I really wish that one of the times when you play the piano, that it would just be like a.
A little entertainer.
I missed the photo.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Thanks, Mom.
By the way, we have no more deletes.
Okay, perfect. Hantu? Gotta be a Hantu. I don't think it slowed down.
I mean, well, were you outpacing it like it was the Dio?
Well, it didn't seem like it was slowing down as it got closer. Like it slowed down to that point, but then it didn't get slower.
Okay, because what it seemed like you were continuing to outpace, like making it having to continue to speed up to you. It's probably good just to be sure. Let's be sure.
Yep.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
Well, we could always just. Where's the power?
In the base Monte. Imagine the ghost being able to play a creepy song. That's what we were saying. That'd be super freaking cool if it could. We wish that it could.
Now, if we see the breath, now we'll know.
Come on, Granny. I'm not scared of you. Come on, you old bag.
Wow, dude. It's not very nice.
Yeah.
She also did not appreciate it. Oh, look, her breath.
There it is.
Look at that sweet hat. Now it's going to get colder and colder and colder. She said, this is my room now. Maggie, thank you for the prime. Soundbite, thank you for the 14 months.
Need to do is just speed that up, make it like seem like it's 150% move speed, and then we can put it on Phasmophobia year 6.
There you go.
Video.
Get a Dio to hunt you and be like, look what I did to a Revy.
Oh my god.
Ghost needs some mants. He's got that stank breath. I know, Maggie. Think 25 months, dude. Hot diggity dog. Haunted. It's a haunt too. Wake up at 3 a.m. Best of luck, friend. Best of luck, friend.
Welcome back. I've got some
Look at
jobs
that.
ready
That's
for you.
hot.
Like, yeah. Sure, I'm gonna let you know. I got food on the way. So I got like one more in me.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna be done for the night.
Roger that.
Yeah.
What do you got? What are you gonna eat?
I got a fat kid meal. I got a 3-piece chicken meal from KFC on the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like some KFC.
Yeah, I've only had a protein shake.
I do, Cap, but what was there to address, friend? Rain, welcome in.
Butter and honey sandwich earlier. That's all that I had.
I had a tuna sandwich and a salad.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love tuna.
Now, when you say tuna sandwich, do you put anything into your tuna? Like, other than mayonnaise or whatever?
I'm typically a pretty
one of those weird
plain. I'm typically a pretty plain Jane. I do a light mayo and some tuna, and then I'm pretty set.
Yeah. Same.
Yep.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure
Yep.
you weren't one of those weird.
Oh, weirdo that puts a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah, they put like what is it? Not cucumber.
Celery?
In it, you know? Yeah.
Cucumber? What the hell? Cucumber? Damn near killed her. Add relish. Okay, yeah. My wife likes to add a lot of stuff to her tuna. Pretty plain Jane, man. Tuna and egg? Interesting. I'm ready. You're asking if I'm possibly British. Have you tried listening to my stream with the audio on? It's a good time. It's fun for all. I would try it. Tuna mayo, relish, and egg is the best. I've heard of people with doing it with egg. Yeah. I prefer my tuna with mayo, sesame oil, hot sauce, kimchi base, green onion. Oh my God, Clay. Okay, but you're like a cook. Are you slightly Canadian?
There's also a question that I'd like for the ghost to answer here.
Okay.
Do you like peeps? Yes.
Gross.
Let's go. Let's go.
Just
What?
disgusting.
Sir, don't you, sir.
Are you disgusting? It doesn't like me very much.
Goodbye.
Why is this not
Do you
recording?
want to clap Flash's cheeks? Do you want to clap our cheeks? Do you like our cheeks?
Okay, I'm just not going to try to record it. You know what? F me.
It's
It's
from
fine.
that wish earlier. That's what it was. It's a wish for the big booty Judy. That's what it was. It carried over right now.
It's pretty jazzed right
What
now.
I'm talking
All
about,
right.
yeah.
Hey, do you like beards?
Woo!
Chances
Two for
just
two.
went up.
Let's go. How are you feeling today? E X.
Oh God.
What's excited? Oh.
I said excited. What happened?
Are you excited about us? Are you excited for us? Goodbye.
Oh, she wants it. She wants it. Looks like it's a yes. Am I streaming again tomorrow? I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30, and Sunday at 1.
Yeah, you ain't gonna talk nothing. Yeah, we just beat you. Right?
Hide and seek. I tried. That would have been really funny if it would have worked. That would have been pretty funny.
Stand awkwardly and stare at this light for a second.
Okay. Neither of us had a smudge, which was fine. We didn't even need it. I have no idea what this is. I have no clue. No clue. Pyro, thank you for the follow. Kai, thank you for the heart me. Hello. You know what? While we're sitting here, I'm also going to awkwardly sit out here in the middle of the nothingness so we can do this before it gets too late. Before it gets too late. Friendly reminder that we are on nightmare difficulty with no evidence. Just so you guys know where we're at. Yeah. Asking if I'm possibly British is wild. That is wild.
All right, I'm back.
Well, give me a second. I'll be right there.
Okay.
I'm just blessing the house. I'm blessing the house. I'll just leave the audio off and let Baron do it.
Mod's choice, 5 subs, gifted subs, gift merch. Oh.
I should get Baron to read it more often. Merch. Can I get you just to come over every time I need to spin it so you can just talk behind it? Ooh, what do we have here? Ooh.
Oh, it's the Flash's wheel. See, you have
Inclined
you
to our
nice
tune to Sam.
stuff. See, I've got a mixed bag on mine.
I've got banned this guy, banned that person, banned.
Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that wheel?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're doing a merch giveaway in a
It's the
second,
wheel of
friends.
pain. It's some things are good for me, most things are bad for you.
Well, see, okay. This month it's the Thanksgiving, so you know, giving it's the good wheel. Yeah.
I mean, listen, mods giving timeouts. I mean, it always works. You know?
That's true. It's the most wonderful time of the year. All right. We're gonna do a quick merch giveaway, and after we do that, I'm gonna run back into the house because we still have to figure out what the hell this is. We are not sure.
I'm blue on that candle wherever you put it.
I don't know where I put it. That's actually a fantastic question. All right, let's do, you know what? I've done a couple of these. We're going to do another one. Give me a minute. I got to enter in the information. Once I enter the information, then we're good to go. Hold, please. Hold, please. Kitchen Island Firelight, yeah. Sweet spin to the wait, what? Good spin. Lollipop. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? All right. Let me go to the authentication. Let me do the stuff. I don't know what I'm holding. Whatever's closest to you. It's the closest object. Oh, it's hunting. After I start this, then I'll get back to move-ins. Hey, Dan, what's up? Holding your girlfriend absolutely counts. 100%. Hot Pocket? Oh, hell yeah. All right. Exclamation point. Enter if you are on the purple side. You could win a beanie. You could win a beanie. All right. While you guys are doing that. Hey, you okay there?
Yeah.
It didn't do anything to you, did it?
They got close.
Did your food arrive?
No.
All right, just checking.
What are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about. Nom, 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 nom. All right. What a weenie. Mac and Cheesy, thank you for the 4 months. Good evening, friend. Jinx. GG's. Why is this still here? All right. Oh, that almost fooled me. Not a Ure. You heard that door, right? I was almost freaking fooled. So it's not a Ure. I thought I heard a Ure door slam, and then it just partially did this door guy right here. Uh-huh.
Well, that'll happen.
That's unnecessary. Did you miss playing Oh, you missed playing Phas. Oh, I got you. Why haven't you played? Hey, Mr. Song.
Ba-da, Some was about to say, how did I miss that?
You gotta try harder. Are you trying hard enough? Do you see it now, Mr. Krabs?
I was trying to do it.
Do you see it now, Mr. Krabs? Hantu calling it? I don't think so. Yikes. He's going for medias and things. Unnecessary roughness. Do we need one more sound? We have no sounds. Okay. Made a homemade jalapeno cheddar bread. Oh, that sounds good. I purchased some jalapeno cheese curls today. Does that count?
Oh, that's an Oni for sure.
No, it's not. It's laughing at you.
That's probably true. You ever have the you go into public matches and then like you just hear the most outrageous stuff ever? And you're just
Yeah.
like, where did you learn that?
Yeah, I've like the second I've entered the public lobby, all of a sudden I hear the craziest shit and I'm just stopped and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, what did you just say? And they're just
They're like, yeah, no. Like I had one guy one time, like it started off as like a normal speed ghost and then it got line of sight speed. Right?
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Oh, it's definitely either a Thay or a Moroi. I just need to do a smudge test."
I've had some pretty crazy lobbies, and it's interesting when you try to combat some people with some of the things that they say because they're really sold.
Oh yeah. Then you have other people like me that I'm like, oh yeah, no, if you put down salt in the shape of a triangle, the ghost can't get to you.
Our buddy Eric made a video where he was like, well, if you make the caulks touch tips, then it turns out to be...
I've done the
already got that sound.
The potato of undying. I'm like, if you hold on to the potato while the ghost hunts, if it reaches you, it'll just bake the potato, but it won't kill you.
It'll bake the potato. You hear a little ding. Yeah, it's no evidence.
Yeah, the potato of undying.
Shush, said the ghost. Oh, we need 3 photos. Also, who has a fridge like this? Like, who has the handles down that low? Like, is this literally just is this like an upside down fridge?
Here we go.
Oh,
You
poopy
remember
sink.
those old Billy Mays commercials?
Which one? Billy Mays here. Yeah. 100% upside down fridge, right?
Do you ever see the ones that they do like the dubbed over versions of them?
Oh yeah.
Where the guy was like, Billy Mays here with another fantastic product. Like, I always think back to like
They're all
whenever
like
I see
that low?
Do the dirty water. I'm like, oh no, somebody shit in the sink again. Just like, think back to that Billy Mays dubbed over thing.
I was sitting here and I was admiring
it up with kaboom.
I was admiring the fridge and the fact that I never really thought about how if you want to open the top part, look how low this handle is. And I'm like, this is 100% upside down fridge, right?
Yeah, probably.
Like
Or
you
is
don't
it-
even have a
then
gripper on
again-
the side there, like on the side over here to open it or anything.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't make any. Yeah. Not only that, but then you can't even open it up like the full way because it would just hit the countertop.
Oh, there's a plate up here.
But then again, I always kind of assumed I don't really want. Maybe for the UK, maybe that's how they do it.
Maybe they just are like, listen, it's easier that way. Your hand's already down that low anyway. You can just grab it.
Right. I mean, listen, when you wave at somebody, nobody says that you have to raise your hand up in the air.
I've seen a video of that guy. Was it Nick? What's his name? Instead of waving up down, he waves down low.
Hey.
It's genius. Absolutely genius. Could definitely
I
open.
mean, Nobody says you can't open it from that down low.
I think I rarely see fridges
People
with
are
handles.
saying
Mine
it's
has
a
handles.
wheelchair accessible fridge. I mean, I can see it. I can see it.
Body with a body. Nailed it.
Woo! I almost died.
She was in you, dude. She was in
Yeah.
you.
Oh my god. All right. Oh,
100% entered your body.
Woo.
It hunted from like way down yonder, like over here, I think.
Did it? I was kind of thinking it was a banshee.
I think it might be a
Just flip
mare.
off the light? Yeah, okay. Never mind.
I was a little sus from earlier, but I wasn't sold till right now.
You know what? I really wish mares are one of those things that I wish though. That it's like,
We're hey,
you can't tell if it's a ghost event
yeah.
that just didn't happen, right? Like it like.
Oh
or
yeah,
if
like the
they were
one
putting
frame
that
ghost
in.
event thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're one
Or-
photo away from a perfect game.
Oh.
Ouija bone. We could get a photo of the EMF. Or you know what? F us. It's fine.
It leaves something to be desired.
You can take that smudge. As I say, I still got mine on me.
Oh, do you? Okay. Okay.
Ghost, water, bone, Ouija. Oh, hell yeah. Or dirty, or crucifix. Yeah, just take the cruci photo. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I can't wait for the shade to show itself.
All right, I'm waiting for you. Go faster. Nice. There
How
we
many
go.
times have you had it where you're walking and you're right at the door and it just slams it in your
Oh,
face?
many times. Right in the face.
Okay.
I would have so many bloody noses if this was like a little bit more real, you know? Hey, there's a burned crucifix outside. Careful.
Oh.
Oh, it's gone. One time I was playing no evidence and kept turning off lights and it wasn't doing anything else. I took spirit and oh, hey, look, it's a mare.
I've prepared some jobs for you.
Hey.
Who'd have thunk it?
Perfect game. First
Yeah,
try.
First try.
Oh,
Nobody even
yeah.
died tonight. That's wild. Sir,
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
you go enjoy all of your foods. All of them. You hear me?
Sir, I appreciate it. You enjoy your last day of drops.
Thank you,
Alright.
sir. I hope you enjoyed yours too.
I
saw his title.
I will.
I saw his title.
Wait, what do you mean?
I saw his title.
What title?
I saw your title.
I don't know what you're talking about,
What
sir.
what was your stream title today?
Drops on.
Enjoying,
Love helping,
enjoying strips, enjoying chicken strips.
Okay. All right, sir. Don't judge me for my chicken strip. Okay, let me enjoy my biscuit.
Oh my god, it's fine. If you ever goes to
Did you
Mimic.
ever show Chad the moon Easter egg though?
No, I haven't. If you want to explain
Well,
it to him though, you're more than
yeah.
welcome to. Yeah.
So if you stand, if you stand right here and you look up right at the window, right at the moon, right? And if you look at it for long enough, what it'll do is it'll.
Baron. Did you guys get that? You guys got that, right? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so that it works like that. You just got to do what he just said. It's fine. Yeah. If you look too long, it just boots you from the lobby, I think, or so they say. Mother. I was this close. Chingus, I swear to God, am I still in his? Wait, am I still in his lobby? How did he do that? You should test it. Oh my God. Head to bed. See you, Luna. Have a good one. Oh, what a dingus. What a dingus. Guys, make sure you're following Mr. Baron. Make sure you're following Mr. Baron. He's a hoot. I'm sure we'll find another game to play soon. We'll probably convince Chinggis to join. Don't yell at me. You know exactly what I'm saying. That's not my language, Chinggis. Remember, I'm British, apparently. That was a real question on YouTube earlier, by the way. I'm not kidding. Like, it's like burned in my brain that somebody asked that. Ever played Phas? No, it's for nerds. We don't do nerd stuff around here. I could have sworn you were. Honorary. Honorary's fine. That's a different story. That's fine. Do they think you're Tom? I don't know, maybe. But you think, like, while they're sitting here talking to me, having a conversation, and they hear my voice, then they would know. Ever played Rocket League? Now we're talking about a real game. Now we're talking. Mojo, thank you for the 4 months. Tom doesn't even like tea. He's not even a real one. He doesn't even drink tea. All pale and have beards. And I know. There's so many of us that literally look identical. It's just our outfit. I don't know. It's what we do. All right, let's get out of there. Can't stand tea either. I'm not a big tea guy either, but I'm also not. Yeah. Tom only likes tea if tea is hot Pepsi. Ugh. Was my highest rank? I don't know. Champ or something. I don't remember what it was. I can't remember. I didn't do ranked very much. I screwed around in free play doing like air dribbling and stuff when I did play. Yep. Choo Choo Charles absolutely did. When it came out, I played it. Absolutely. We played it. We beat it. We did all the things. Hot Pepsi does sound like a threat. It certainly does. It sounds awful. Decaf sweet tea. I just don't like the taste of tea. I don't know. The only tea that I've ever liked, to be very frank, was like fake tea. So if it tastes like brisk, then I was like, okay, I'm down with that. Arnold Palmer's good. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Baron. Monsieur Baron. Monsieur Baron. I hope that you are just having the bestest damn time with your chicken strips, sir. They are well deserved, and I'm sure they are amazing. Welcome in, guys. Hi. Hi. We were just talking about hot Pepsi. What do you guys think? Welcome in, friends. Thank you for the follows. Hot soda sounds awful. How do I get the drop from Phas? You watch the stream for 2 hours. Baron's awesome. Baron he's a pretty cool guy. He's a pretty cool guy. No, listen. There's a reason for it. We were talking about how Tom NK21 doesn't like tea. And someone made a joke about him liking hot Pepsi because he loves Pepsi, but warm soda is absolutely just atrocious. Flat hot. I drink all my drinks room temp. You can't stand cold. I don't like room temp beverages. Even water, I don't want to drink like room temp. Absolutely not. Gaming Cat, thank you for the 2 months. Hot cider. Okay, hot cider's fine. Hot cider's delish. Hot cider's comforting. Baron likes, oh my God. Baron wants flash uppies. No. That's personal time. No. That happens in the personal time. I will enjoy my food, sir. Thank you. You kind of made me want to. You kind of made me want to order some. Not now. It's like almost 11 o'clock at night. Gamer fan, thank you for the biddies. Val, thank you for the prime. Your teeth won't let you. Oh, super sensitive teeth. Room temp is fine, but hot. Yeah, like I said, room temp I can't do. All right, let me fix a thing and then we'll keep playing. Can the chat have uppies? That's a Baron and a Chinggis thing. You can't bring that over here. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen over here. The closest, you know what? You could, as I say, you could convince me to do uppies. I prefer my drinks cold, not hot. I prefer them cold. Absolutely, 100%, a million percent, yes. Deviant, I swear to God. Gotten used to room temp. I can't do it. I like my wife's grandparents. Like, they don't even like to drink anything at all, like ever. You want any water? No. Do you want any of this? No. Do you want to drink this? No. It's in a meal, like meal times. You drink? No. They don't ever drink anything. I don't know how they stay hydrated. But we love uppies. Listen, I know that you do, okay? Why not spin chat round? No, no, no. If you had uppies from me, it would be a different story. All right, let me fix this and then we'll jump into a map. Okay. Okay. Hi, hi, hi. Fiance doesn't drink anything until Dead Within. For the uppies. I preferred just slightly chilled. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I like it to be almost frozen. Not frozen, but super, super cold. Super stinking cold. All right. Uppies is a good idea? Fine. You want uppies? I'll give you uppies. Hold on. I have an idea. You have no idea what uppies are? Hold on. I'm going to give uppies. There. Now you're uppied. See? Now you're uppied. Nope. Nope. Now you're uppied. See? You just need to think as if I had someone I hired someone to hold you vertically and you're there. There's your uppies. Do you enjoy? Here, I give you a toy. You want a toy? You want a toy? Here, I give you a toy. Here. Here's a toy. Give you a toy. There you go. I give you a toy. There you go. There's your uppies. Okay. Crotch cam? Yeah, close enough. I'm getting hair sick. Put me down. You just need to think of that like in real life, like just holding someone out like that. Flash has hands. They're not real. I'd never do that to you. Hey, listen, maybe they prefer that. You ever think about that? You ever ask them what kind of uppies they want, Baron? I'm just saying. That was air jail. I feel like a cat that's been picked up from under the arms is just locked in. Oh my God. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate you guys coming in. I hope that you had a blast with Mr. Baron today. I'm glad that we got to play. I'm sure that we'll find a game to play again soon. I have seen a few games that I'm going to reach out to these heathens about. We will see. Moon, thank you for the 3 months. Baron wants a footsie cam. Okay, listen, stop communicating with him telepathically. Okay. Is the mic you use the Steel Series? No, this is a Shure SM7B. Yeah, I have the Steel Series keyboard. I have a hodgepodge of shit. I have a Steel Series keyboard. Why? Because it was cheap when I first got it years ago, and it's silent. I love that it's quiet. Logitech G502 because it's comfortable on my hand. Steel Series headset because it's comfortable on my head. Yeah. Mike, thank you for the gifted. Thank you guys for the hype train. Thank you, friends. All Razer. I don't know. I don't have all of one type of thing. And unless I'm getting paid by a company to rep a certain brand, then I'm gonna have just a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, I love the G502. It rests so nice. So nice. Head's too big, dude. I have a large melon, Baron. I have a very large melon. The Arctis 7s are comfy. They're comfy. They're comfy. Personally love the clear. I don't. The reason I don't mind them if I'm typing myself off stream, but when I'm typing on stream, I don't want you guys to be able to hear it. Gamer fan, thank you for the biddies, dude. Keyboard's loud, but it was cheap, and I got, yeah, this was like $30. Seriously. Head's larger than both of yours. I love my Steel Series. The other Steel Series I have is like too tight on my head. I get headaches too much with that stuff. All right, let's go to Edgefield while we're talking. Yeah. Is it a Go XLR you use? No, I have a Rode Duo. All I can think of is you sitting at TwitchCon with your poor elbows. Oh my God, Katie, it was so rough. That was so stinking rough. But you know, they learned a lesson that day. They learned a lesson about how the booth should probably be set up. I'm sure it fits all of you. No, it might not, Phoenix. My head is very large. My poor child, my middle child, his head is also huge. He's like a bobblehead. Are the earpieces, the headset cloth? They are like, I'm trying not to like this right here. I don't know how to describe it. The inside of it is cloth. Biddies go to the kids, right? Listen, that's the way it works. Subs go to me, biddies go to my children, and donos go to my wife. That's correct. Only one in my household that wears an XL motorcycle helmet. No, all my kids, unfortunately, are going to have large heads. It's just life. Walter Schellen, 2 sounds, cleanse, and 3 photos. All right, this is normal nightmare, so we will get evidence. We will get it. I'm thinking of So I Married an Axe Murderer when he's making fun of the kid's head. Oh, that's right. I do remember that part. Got a head like Sputnik. It's like an orange on a toothpick. I love that movie. Nothing. Okay, good. We're trying to find a good pair that's cloth. Well, the other nice thing that you can do is you can get different earpieces, whatever you want to call these, to change off of these. So if I didn't like this fabric, I could get something different. Watch it like 2 nights. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Hey, power seal. That's nice. Heat paper. No. His legs were under it. Wait, what? What happened? What happened? Angel of Arson. Dude, I wish that they would show that combo stuff in like a single line. Like it all goes flying by. The Logitech G733 is also cloth. Ah. Talking about the cushion material? Yeah. Oh, you made a boopy. Oh, look, Frank. Oh, look, EMF 2. All kinds of stuff is happening up here. All right. Roger that. It covers most of the screen on mobile. Yeah, I don't like. I think the combos are like a great idea, and I think it can be a lot of fun, but it needs to be something you can configure. You need to be able to adjust it. It covers up a lot of stuff. I know. Give me this. Give me this. Give me this. It's the party room. Yeah, apparently. Or so they say. When was it introduced? It's been a little while now. EMF 5, okay. This is all happening very fast. Oh shit. Get your feet off the bed, you heathen. My dots are gone. Are they? Do you think they're back in the truck? I went to place them on the wall and they're gone. Okay, we're gonna go check the truck. Gamer fan, thank you for the biddies. I didn't do this. We're gonna try it again. Give me this. Give me that. Give me this. Happened to you twice already? What the like, what is going on? Frank, what'd you do? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Happen on Nels trying to place it on the ceiling in the kitchen. What the fuck? Come on, Ghosty, do something. The house did not like my dots placement very much at all. No, it did not. Was not a fan. All right. you know, I would push a pin, but I'm fearful. Lost my dots in the ceiling. Oh, I've done that before too. Those I can retrieve. This, they were just gone. Yeah, deviation. Thank you for the biddy. Thank y'all for the follows. Ghost. Oh, if I push that pin, it's going to be the heart pin. I'm going to die. Do I have anywhere I can run? Okay, I do. Did you move what? Already? Or was the other room never your room? 'Tis the question. I don't know. I pushed Frank and it went over there. All right. All right, let's try. Where are you?
Taken away.
Mm-hmm. I bet you were taken away, you little bastard. I'll turn that off. Fast as frick. Spirit box, EMF 5, Spirit Ray twins. Twinage? Taken away. Might be twins. Grinch, welcome in. Give me this. Lens. Capture. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's bring 2 of these. I'm not going to need this right now. We're going to bring in one of these. Let's make sure. Thinking twins too. I am. Although it's cold in both rooms, the temps are not going to be cold in both areas where the twins are. Like the 2 interaction ranges. It'll be cold in one. Got it. Not there. Oh. Got it. Got it. That was a motion sensor twice, was it? Son of a bitch. Don't need that anymore. Don't need that anymore. Give me that. Always pray for a for a flash voice line. Once I get the audio recorder back up here, we'll try. Oh my god, and the bones over here too? What the hell? Door moved, motion sensed. Is there still a limit on how many photos you can delete? You can delete 3 media. Yes. There is still a limit. All right. Let's go get more stuff. Let's get more stuff. Hyper leader badge. Wait, what? Oh, the train badge. Oh, okay. That's what you mean. I got you. All right, give me that guy. We'll get salt, and then once we get the salt, I need more audio. Yeah, my voice lines on the spirit box. You have this person died. Right here. And another one. Ninja, thank you for the raid. Is that over there? Oh god. Oh god, I got stuck. Give. Active killing, that's what it is. I always forget that one. Yeah. Thank you. Ghosty. Quick little walkie-walkie. Auto-corrected to hyper, you're okay. How's Faz? It's good. How was your stream? Real, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Already got a door moved. Come on. Come out of the bathroom. Don't be shy. Oh, you son bitch. Although the light flickering light was pretty cool. hell is going on? Hey, Stony, how are you? Normal or rare? What's that? My responses are probably same chance as everyone else's. All right, come on. Get out of the bathroom. Get out of there. Oh, shit. You could be a wraith. Oh, man. Hold on. Here. Watch. What you do is you put it on the outside of that right there. So if it's a wraith. God damn it. At least we know what it is, I guess. Video wise, if you're a wraith, interaction, light flicker, door move, motion sensed. Stop pooping. Oh, wait. Where are you? Wait. Where are you?
Found far from their home.
There we go. Oh, you're right. Yeah. I could do. I don't have a firelight in here, do I? No, but there's Frank. Hi, Frank. Didn't even flush. Eee. Right. I could do both with the firelight. Let's go get a firelight. Media delete, scaling with difficulty. I think that, I don't know. I think you should have more deletes, to be honest. Can you get a video of someone using a cursed object like Frank? You cannot. That'd be pretty cool, but I don't believe that's a thing. Now, the ghost being in that room, they're going to that room. I wonder if that was a room change or some weird teleportation thing. You know? All right. What I'm going to need to do... Yeah. So what I'll do... Oh, you bastard. Would you... Hey, you're trying to fart on me again? Hey! I think that was a one-frame event. I'm freaking out, man. Dude, if you don't stop. Alright, we need a photo and an audio. Which the audio could be this. Okay, so we'll go for the audio of this. Or I'll just get that. And then I need a photo, right? What level am I? I don't even know. Phone, EMF, voodoo, dirty water. Crucifix. Let's do the thing. All right, you're here. There we go. Say cheese, Frank. Cleanse the ghost with the insensitives. Objectives, photos, videos, audios. It's a wraith. We don't even need it to hunt. We found the bone. We're out of here. Perfect game. Acting like a mirror with all the light switches. I know. Like a butthole. Cooper, Proud, Walsh, Enig, welcome in. What's up, Undialed? Boner? Yeah, found it. Already got it. Didn't even need the damn thing to hunt. As I asked, yeah, we found it earlier. We found the, it was it was a heap. It was a pelvis.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
There it is. Perfect game. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Got the drop. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Where are we going? Where to? We've done a lot of the maps tonight. Got lucky on the game. Ribcage was right next to the cursed mirror. Nice. Go back to Nels? I can go back to Nels. Question for me? Answer. Bit of a trap for new players to get used to a higher amount and then get it cut down. Are you talking about the cutting down of the deletes, Matthew? Yeah, we do some Nels. I like going back to it every now and then. Crunchy glass ASMR, yeah. I never see you do high school. Why do you think that is? Hey, Con, how are you? Diner's a wonderful map. It's very good. I could maybe do Bleezy next. Yeah, chicken leg. Hello, friend. I could do Bleezy next. Is there a bug for Phaz? I'm experiencing weird stuff on professional. You're going to have to be way more specific than that. Because is there a bug in Phaz? Yes. What bug are you talking about? Because that could be anything. Gotta go pick up the kiddo. You're good, Mom. Momo, I appreciate you, friend. I think the only thing Flash hates more than high school's hot Pepsi. That might be true. Yeah. Only features. That's right. All right, let's go to Nels. Yesterday was a long day. Today's more chill. I'd say today's more chill, but we played with Baron, which is not very chill. More snow.
Got the intel. Looks like this is going to be a tough one.
No ranch sodas. No, absolutely not.
They left in a hurry.
Hey, Casey, how are you? Got a glitch on Nels, the employee lounge today. The room turned all blue. Oh, shit. There's no up snow. Love watching people play. Welcome in, Spooky. Y'all are obsessed. I don't have any ranch sodas, so get wrecked. Nope. Oh, what I hate the most. Oh, yeah. Ranch is pretty bad. Ranch soda is pretty bad. Give me. Let's go. What is ranch soda? Well, you see, some diabolical maniac made a soda that is ranch. Is that the power box? I think it is. Quite the disturbing individual. Power's on. Oh, checking to see if that changed. I mean, if I know my diner, it's going to be back here. I don't even want to attempt to imagine what that. It's pretty bad. It's taking a minute for this place to warm up. You know what? Let's bring stuff to the door. We'll let it warm up a little bit more. It's too cold. Is your playlist accessible or is it a private? If you're talking about the music one on Spotify, yeah. If you do ! Playlist, it should give you the link to it. Get a hallway goes a lot. I don't know why. Why does this happen? I don't know why I keep getting the hallway. This might not be the hallway though. We might be in better shape than we think, but it's hard to say when the ghost is not doing squiznot. Can't wait to see the Christmas event. I'm also excited to see what they do with the Christmas event too. I'm excited too. I'm hopeful, you know? What does Stream King do? It gives you a role in the server, in the Discord, that you can only get by redeeming that. I think at some point what I might do is I might make it where when you redeem it, I send you like a special sticker. Ghost get the cooler? I never get the cooler. We just might not have a ghost there, ladies and germs. Watch. Ghost soon be squirting the cream any minute. The janitor oh, I'd rather have that. I would rather have that any day of the week. Squirty cream, squirty cream. Thanks, Tom. How's the new map? It's so good. It is a lovely map. Maybe here, because we still see breath. Interesting. Put the crucifix down there. HR chucking stuff. There we go. Found the ghosty. All right. I have ads coming. I think what we're going to do is we're going to run them in the truck. I don't want you guys to miss. Myself and friends get the kitchen cooler majority of the time. Oh, the good luck honk, dude. I'm losing it tonight, man. We're out of practice. Put a Santa hat on now. Hopefully they add a damn. Listen, I have one dream, one wish of them with the Christmas event and Phas. One of them is to replace the campfires with effing Christmas trees. I'm sorry. Is it too much to ask? In Camp Woodwind and Maple Lodge, you rip out the campfire and you replace it with a damn Christmas tree. I'm sorry. Please. Do the damn thing. I've been asking for years. I've been asking for years. All right. Friends, I do ads. I do 3 minutes every hour so you guys don't have pre-rolls. If you're not subbed, you don't have turbo. So I'm going to wait here and we're just going to stare at the diner in the snow while the ads run. 3 minutes and then we'll be right back. Set the Christmas tree on fire. Whatever, man. That's fine by me. They did it for the Halloween event last year with the cauldron. Well, they added a cauldron, but they did not add trees. They did not add trees. Bathmas tree wasn't good enough for you. No, it was not. No. How can you tell if you got the role for the Stream King in the Discord? Can't tell. You should be able to click on your name. You should be able to click on your name. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, I could check for you right now, Supa. Just joined the server. Hey, welcome in. Shaw, thank you for the gifts. Thank you. Crooked, welcome in. Absurd. Velvy Tomb, hello. Spooky Time, hello. Parabolic microphone picks up the Grinch sounds. Only the IRL Grinch. I mean, the Jim Carrey Grinch, though. That's all I want. Wish you could change the seasonal event to the. I wish that you could pick it whenever you felt like it. I think that would be amazing to go back allow players to go back and experience those events. I think it'd be super cool. Oh, let's see. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Yeah, Super, you have the role, friend, by the way. Because why not? No, you're good. Yeah, you have the role. I can see you have it. Yeah. Yeah. Confidence, try the challenge. Got the week challenge completed. Nice. GG's. Victoria, welcome in. Hello. Do you think we're going to be able to throw Snow Burger and Nell's Diner for Christmas? What? Think we're going to be able to throw what? Hey, Rick, what's up? Muddy Girl, hello. Maybe the character customization will give us holiday outfits. Depending when we get the character customization. I don't know. It's hard to say, man. Your guess is as good as mine as to when that is actually going to happen. Oh, hamburgers made of snow. Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. The Mariah Carey. I'm fairly certain that they'll get in trouble for doing that. Do you know the reference for the Easter egg on this map? No idea. I don't know if there's supposed to be some reference or not. I have no clue. Think we'll do any gambling? I don't do it very often. I'm just not into it that much. Yeah. I know some people like to do it a lot. I just don't. I don't, you know, and I think part of the reason for that is channel points. One thing I like about channel points is the amount that somebody has typically, it relates to how long they've been here. And if somebody's able to gamble their way to who knows how much, it's not representative of anything other than they did random Phas gambling or something. But if you have enough points to spend it on this thing because you were here long enough, I think that has more meaning. Big people work for it. Yeah. All right. Ads are done. We're back. We are back. Went outside to do nothing so that way you guys wouldn't miss anything. All right. Ghosty hopefully has stayed put, and we will take this stuff back there. Maddie, thank you for the 10 months. Oh, God. Use that free subs for 75k channel points. There you go. Yeah, I think when you've reached a certain level, you can do stuff like that. Super Stream King. Are you still in there? Yeah. I still see my breath. Okay, there we go. Lizard, thank you for the 23 months. Any phalanges? No, Regina phalanges. Hey, do you want to step in this salt by chance? On your way back through? That'd be super neat. No? F it. Jesus. What do I want to do? We don't have UV. I need to go. Don't I have the stuff at the front door? I do. I think I do. Need things to spend your 1,000,000 points on? Okay. Like, what the hell would it possibly be? Do you know what I mean? Gimme. Who said no thanks? Well, I put the other salt in a pretty crappy place. To be fair to the ghost. Yeah. No freezing yet. Winter touch. Oh, ghost fart, run. Oh, it still hit me. Oh, you sick bastard. Doing great, thank you. Maple, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Yeah, you guys have probably like, if I'm guessing, you probably have like 8 hours left for the drop stuff. So if you haven't gotten it yet, this is definitely your last chance. No orbicals, no UV, no EMF. I don't know if it did writing or not. We have a few things that are still not in there. Do this. Let's go to the side door. Let's go see. Can you hide at the diner's foyer? Yeah, you can, but the ghost can just randomly path into that room. So you got to be careful, SpongeBob, right? Where are you?
Take it away.
Writing, spear box. Hold. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Love a Dio. Where are you? Are you here? Are you here? Damn, where are you? Are you here?
Right here.
Ah, no, I'm right here, stupid. Where are you? Are you here?
A closing.
Where are you? Are you here?
Down far from there.
Dio test. Yeah, we tried. I don't think so. It doesn't seem like it. It doesn't mean it's not. Mayor, Moroy. All right, let's go. Is it a stinky? It might be a stinky. It could be. Had a ghost tell me it was hungry and through the sound. Had it tell you it was hungry through the sound recorder was funnier because it was. Oh, it was on Nels. I got you. Well, checking temps isn't going to do anything because I'm on Nightmare. So I'm only going to get 2 pieces of evidence, which is these 2. So that's it. Now we have to figure out what it could possibly be. Bring that. Bring this. Take that. I'm going to put these. What is a Dio test? There's a special response on the spirit box that the Dio is the only ghost that'll do it. But you have to be within a meter of the ghost. And I mean, I was getting right here responses, which means I was right on top of it and it was not doing it. All right, let's put this other crucifix out here. Turn the lights on. Possible polters on the table. So what I could also do there is just take a bunch of crap and throw it on the floor. Says the drop's no longer available. Does it say it's no longer available? Oh, the outside thing's what I hear. It says it ended the 18th. Yeah, but does it say that it's ended? Wait, it says it ended the 18th. No, that was the animated one. There's another one, Amy. There's a second one. Why can't I? Ooh, if Ghosty turns on the TV. I don't know why this does this. There we go. Hasn't done the mayor ability yet, so that could be a positive sign. Maybe. Maybe. I did take sanity, I believe. Really, I think making it hunt is probably going to be the way to go. Hey, just trying to murder me with a pencil. A-hole. Hey, Sammy, how are you? Night Nocturnal, have a good one. Yeah, I went in Rome. Ghosty, right in the book. Ghosty. I know you're in there. Come on, you heathen. If it turned on the TV, that'd be sick, because that would eliminate the mayor. That'd be really, really nice. Is that next door? Cabana, thank you for the follow. What's up, Jeff? Hate how fast Dios are. What the hell? They run at the speed of like nothing. What do you mean how fast they are? Cookie Lady, thank you for the raid. Hello. I'm about to just remove these crucifixes and make it hunt. Yeah. Oh, hello. Hello, princess. Hello, princess. Must be Tom. It went for the hot water. I was like, why did I just throw my smudge? You got jump scared by princess? Hello, princess. Let's go over here. I'm gonna bring everything to this door right here. How are the maps? They're good, Cookie. How are you, friend? Corpsey, thank you for the biddies. It's not how you use a smudge. I didn't mean to turn. I didn't think it was hunting, but I did not expect me to throw it like that either. Did I see the cursed object by chance? Am I going to be live for 2 more hours? No, but I will raid into somebody that is still playing Phas. So you don't have to worry about that. Squirty cream. Thanks, Tom. No cards. No paw. There was no music box. I don't think there was a mirror. Oh, is it the circle? Actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to take you with me. There we go. For some reason, wait. You couldn't comment for the last hour. Oh, weird. The hell? Oh, is it Frank? What am I missing? Your character's so short. I'd appreciate if you didn't shame me. Hide and seek. Well, that's unfortunate. Why was it on top of me? Why do you only use tier 2 salt? Why do you use tier 3? Uh-oh. You like the look. Interesting. Interesting. I was more curious. I was curious if it was the functionality. I was not expecting someone to say that they use it because they like the way that it looks. Interesting. What is the difference between 2 and 3? So tier 3 will slow the ghost down in the middle of a hunt, and it will actually redirect the ghost whenever it's not hunting and it's roaming. So if, let's say Ghosty was out here and I put black salt right here, when it's just roaming, if it walked over this way and hit that black salt, it would turn right back around. Yep. Have a good night at Phasma solo. Off to bed though. Good night, Cookie. One more day of work and then 5 days off. Hell yeah. I have a couple of days of work. Yeah. I don't get all this. I do have off Thursday and Friday though, which is nice. Well, since I burned that, which is really unfortunate. You know what though? Hold on, no. Let's get. Although, did I get a parabolic response earlier? I think I did, didn't I? Like I got a parabolic response after I took sanity. I think I did too. Mares don't turn on lights, but I'm guessing it goes for TVs also. So mares are supposed to be able to turn on TVs and computers. It's bugged right now. They can't. They're supposed to be able to. In front of the office. Okay, so if it's a Moroi, then we're getting hit. We should be getting hit. I did get the response. Thank you. Okay. Just got done playing Phas with a friend. The ghosts were horrible tonight. It's funny. You're not the only person to say that. You're really not. I mean, Baron and I were being a little bit reckless. We were being a little bit, you know, stupid with some of the maneuvers, but it was for funsies. Hey, kitten, how are you? Let's bring these just in case. Yeah. Got that on me. Got that. Got that. Do this. There we go. There we go. Well, now I definitely got it. Nikki, thank you for the 3 months. Welcome back. Let's see what happens. It'd be great if it's a Dio. If I just so happen to get like, I don't know. Or if I just so happen to not get the Dio response and it ends up being a Dio, I'm happy. Happy as a clam. We hear you back there. We hear. I've done nothing. Really, I just want to figure out what the ghost is at this point. Did the weekly and got horrible ghost. Didn't want to do anything. Yikes. Yikes. We hear you chucking stuff. Relax. Oh no, I was yawning. I'm sorry. Having a sanity wristwatch would be awesome. We've said that too. It'd be interesting to hear their take on it. Ghost is in the back of the diner. Shocker. Yeah, the amount of ghosts that I get are up here. Very few and far between. Sorry, I'll shut up. Damn. All right. Monster, welcome in. Big Blue, hello. Why does the salt not count for photos anymore? What a nerf. So if I showed you a picture of salt that had a footstep in it, would you think that I showed you something paranormal? I'm sorry, Rocky. I'm sorry. Library ghost. Early morning. No worries, Night Raptor. I won't be going for too much longer. I need to get decent sleep too. Have I ever thought about giving Nuka Dave's Nuka Pock challenge a go? Hell no. Absolutely not. No way in hell. No. No shot. Not doing it. No, but to be fair, if you showed me a ghost book, I'd assume it was a 5-year-old. Touche. Yeah, I don't have the patience level to do Dave's challenge. No. Nope, nope, nope. It didn't sound like it was that far away. You see me now, right? Oh, it's a child. Gross. Ew. Ew. Is this a Pulte? You flat-footed shit. Is this just a stinky Pulte? Like the way that it threw items had me a little sus. Can it not see you in there? It can't see through those doors. No. Oh, that's right. You burst the lights in here because you're an asshole. Oh yeah, it tried to murder me with some weapons there. Did you see that? None of this has been moved really at all, though. Interesting. Oh, I see breath. Breath in the hallway. Okay. Oh, no, wait. Wait, did I start a timer on my smudge? Did I preemptively do that without even thinking about it? I took sanity, though, so that kind of wrecked it. Ghost yeeted the video camera at your head. Oh. I think I screwed that up, though. No, what I should have done was not take sanity and just let it hunt again. Because I wasn't thinking about a spirit. I was thinking about these other ghosts. Shaw, thank you. What I could do is just go sit near it. Maybe it'll event and drain my sanity. Like even the light bouncing off the stuff, it's pretty great. Ghosty. Hello. I want this to be a playable game, damn it. The R2D2 sound you added. I had to, okay? It was calling me. Ghost. No, it's not giving us nothing. It's really not. Is that the bone by the door? No, it's a cup. Nah, it's a cup. Ghosty. It's out here. Did I know that there's a playable chess and Point Hope? Yeah. I know. I may have played that map a few times. Maybe. Possibly. At this point, we're just draining sanity. Now it's a waste of time. Come on, Ghosty. You can do it. Hey, there we go. Fart ball. Let's go. Now we're talking. Do I like playing Point Hope? Absolutely not. No. There we go. I feel better about my order. Seem new to Phaz. Yeah, that's fair. Hey, now we're talking. Okay. Now we're talking. All right. Okay. Now we're not talking. Shut your mouth. All right, now I'm going to smudge and time it. Is it a Moroi? I don't think so. All right. We'll wait for the hunt to happen and then we'll smudge this time and do a real timer. What is my least favorite? Point Hope, school, or prison? I'd rather play Point Hope than high school. For sure. The reason that Point Hope is not enjoyable is because majority of the time I get the ghost all the way at the top of the map. So the tediousness of walking all the way up and all the way back down to bring stuff sucks. It's bad. There we go. Are you crawling again? You little shit. Okay, don't follow me, you little asshole. Ew, it crawls. Slapping his little feet around. All right, I have a timer going. Ew, a child. All right, What we'll do is we'll take the crucifix and go over to an actual hiding spot. Hey, when they crawl. Me too. Creepy crawler. Slithers. I'm a snake. Here, we'll do this. So we'll put this over here. We'll hang out over here. Can you ask me a question? No. Why must it crawl? I don't know. I don't know. Now we wait. I'm suspicious of a spirit. I thought I heard it do it with the cream. What are the things I threw at it? Those are incense. Playing Graveyard Keeper. Oh my. I mean. Gross. Only Pam and the child crawl. That's correct. What is that face? A big dentist bill. $90 seconds are up. I'm just waiting to. Why are you near me? Like, why? We have writing and spirit box, and none of these ghosts will stalk you. But this one's like, nah, I'm gonna come hang out. Crawling the floor out the ceiling would be pretty crazy, though, right? Good night, Sessic. Ay, ay, ay. This is a spirit. This is a spirit. We can't get mimicked. I have writing. I've got the writings. Who cares about the bill when it looks like that? So when that light goes out, we can leave. Oh, your app was crashing? Damn. Feel sorry for its parents. Give me a kiss goodnight. There we go. All right, now we leave. Yeah, it's normal speed. It also waited 3 minutes to hunt us, which makes us sus of a spirit. No. Give me up. That's a spirit. That's a spirit for days. For days. It's a mare. I'll shut up. It's a mare that waited to hunt over 3 minutes twice. By the way. I'll let myself out. It's fine. How? No mare abilities. Waiting that long to hunt? Yeah. Crazy talk. Crazy talk. Hey, it's a mare. Thanks. The mare ability is when you go to turn on a light switch, the mare has the ability to turn it off instantly. That's not exclusive to a mare, as in like you could just so happen to have really awful timing on accident where you go to flip a light switch and then the ghost goes to touch the light at the same time. It can happen, but the mayor's ability is where it will purposely turn it off. What a mayor can't do is it can't turn a light on. Can't turn it on. The mayor mimicked a spirit. That is correct. That is correct. She burst the lights. Yeah, but I mean, any ghost can burst lights. Uh-oh, stinky. There's not a single ghost that can't do a light bursting event. The mayor is more prone to it, but for the ghost to do a single light burst, that's not. Ooh, that's a mayor. I mean, we saw the Ure that I had. I had a Ure that did 3 singing ghost events within like 20 or 30 seconds. What does that tell you it is? Oh, it's a bitch. Nope, it was a Ure. The other ghost can do the other events. It even moved rooms to a room with a light on too. Right. It literally moved from the manager's office into the hallway where the lights were on. Crazy. Crazy. Well, there's nothing I can do about that. All right, friends, I'm going to end it on the other places. I'm going to end it on the tubes and on the talk so we can go find someone to raid here shortly. It is getting close to midnight my time. But thank you for the love and the hangs, friends. Let's go find someone to say hi to. Hopefully everyone was able to get their badge. I don't know the next time we're getting drops. I don't know. Your guess is going to be as good as mine, so that may have been the last one for a while. I don't know. Slow but aggressive Ghost Weekly. We had a Myling acting like a banshee. I know, like, I feel like ghosties are acting really strange recently, especially. You just got it. Let's go. I mean, I'm going to be taking you guys over to more Phasmo, so if you didn't get it yet, you still have a chance. You'll be fine. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the love today. Thank you for hanging out with me. Let us go see where we can go. Take us to more Phasmophobers. If you guys are not in the Discord, by the way, the Discord link is there in chat, and so is the rest of the socials. I am live Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday at 1. This Wednesday, we are doing our Whatever Wednesday, where I will be playing Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So we will do our best. I've played the first one. It's been a long time, though. It has been a minute. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it, man. Wild West, thank you, thank you. Drifters, thank you, friend. All right, let's find out where we're going. Skibidi-bop. FNAF 2. Yeah. Never played it, so it'll be a first. All right, let me make sure I do this and do this. Do you know why sometimes I have no idea, Wasted? I don't know the reasoning why that is, because I've had it happen to me where I'll be in a stream and then a raid will happen and I won't go with it. Yeah, I don't know why that is. No clue. No clue. But when we go to raid, you can see who we're raiding. So if you don't go with that raid, you can always manually go to the channel too. Didn't take me in my own raid. What the hell? What the hell? All right, let's get this. Okay. You lovely beans. I know where we're going, but like I said, we're going to go to more Phasmos. Friends, thank you for all the love today. If you're a follower, the first message is for you. If you are a sub, the next is for you. Creepy tier 3s, that is for you. If you are subbed and you are in the server, make sure to connect your Twitch to Discord, because then you'll have the sub role in there. And I do check-ins every now and then. We'll do polls sometimes. I'll let you guys know what's going on. If you guys ever need to know the adjustment to my schedule, the schedule's in the Discord. Faz information's in there, all the stuff. Going to another partner? No. We're going to another fast stream. You don't have to go to another kinetic partner for these ones. Yeah. But thank you guys so much for another amazing stream. I will see you guys on Wednesday. We are doing the pizza that you guys get to make, and we are also going to be playing FNAF 2. And I'll be wearing my pizza sweatshirt. Good stuff. See you, friends.